Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary, number one.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from right now. This is Maiyegun Live.
Ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí, Maiyegun diary, number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube, Maiyegun diary, number one.
Please let me know if the audio is acting up, and then I can fix that before we get fully into it, please.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary, number one. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun diary, number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wá.
Thank you very much. Share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Maiyegun today.
Atiku, Maiyegun diary, number one. Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary, number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ ṣe o, kẹ́gọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
The sound is okay. Now share the broadcast, okay? Invite those that needs to be here. Read the caption of the broadcast. Read the description of the broadcast. And at the same time, maybe you should get ready, because I'm going to take calls tonight. Yes.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Thank you.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí.
Thank you very much. Yes. If you have read the caption of the broadcast, I think, and if you have actually shared the broadcast itself, like it, which is your offering, then we can get started. Just yesterday, the news broke that one of Tinubu's allies in northern Nigeria, that they actually trusted her so much that she became a member of their presidential campaign council from northern Nigeria. But there have been rumors that a lot of them are just biding their time until when majority of them will actually switch side to where they belong, northern Nigeria. Talking about those in APC. There have been that rumor anyway. But let me say something quickly before we get fully into this. That all of these are happening. People either, what have you? People either deceiving Kolu or taking his money, or, he's so weak that he's not trusted this or that. He can't win and all of those things, right? After everything you think you know, there's something you should never forget. And that is, don't get carried away. In your own imagination, so to say, in everything you think or thinking, do not ever underrate Tinubu. Do you hear that? I have to say it and say his name clearly. Leave all the banters, leave all of the infraction, leave all of the failures and all of that you know are enough to sink them. Or in everything you do, as those who are participating in their charade election and all of that, in everything you do, don't ever underrate Tinubu. And I'll tell you more about that. However, the house is collapsing, and a lot of people, right, believe that except APC, Egbekegbe, self-destruct as they are currently doing, the strength of destroying them does not lie in the hand of majority of you who think you do. These are bloody, murderous rogues. except they destroy themselves as they are already currently doing, if they sustain that, then your job is half done. Don't ever, ever underrate Tinubu in anything they are planning or whatever they have planned or what they intend to do and every other thing. I just thought I should say that. However, this woman, her name is Naa'jatu Bala. She was nominated to represent the women wing in the Presidential Campaign Council simply because of what they suspected to be her influence in northern Nigeria. It was allowed as one of those few, one of the few people allowed to get closer to Kalu. Majority of those who are pushing Kalu, they are not pushing Kalu because Kalu is going to be a best, it's going to fix Nigeria or it's coming to do anything. They are pushing Kalu the same way they push Buhari. Buhari will hand the title, Mr. President. The rest of them, the plutocrats and the criminals under him, they can just, hide under his wing. And what they have done in 7 years, nobody needs to tell you. That's exactly what those who are pushing Kalu, that's exactly what they're after too. It's their turn. Shop by shop. It is Tinubu's turn to shop. That is the message. So if the few people that are allowed to get closer to him was that woman, Naa'jatu. She was allowed to even visit him in London, where what has now come to the public was our own personal assessment of who is going to be their presidential candidate. Who is their presidential candidate and possibly their president. When she came back from London, right? She automatically just withdrew to her own shell. But guess what? For those of you who are deceiving yourselves that there is a difference between APC, or people destroying people, every day they prove to you that they are not different. Yeah? They are called Siamese twins or so. No difference between them. Some of those who are in APC, today, as governor, as senator, as reps, so majority of them, if you don't know, from northern Nigeria, they come from Atiku's political academy. Yes, they do. And it seems that they are beginning to withdraw back. And I'll tell you something. Apart from other things that she said she saw to raise alarm, which I'm going to talk about, there's also something that she said in that video that she spoke in Hausa. When she returned back, she said that she asked Tinubu that, what is your plan for the northern Nigeria? And Tinubu told him, nothing. That's what she said. Buhari, APC, Egbekegbe, with Buhari, a Fulani from northern Nigeria, 8 solid years that he has managed to show to everybody. He touched the, what do you call it? The divisive boundary, the boundary, the border between us. He managed to widen that. And today, Nigeria is tearing apart. Northernization, Fulanization, Islamization. What have they not done? The only thing they haven't done is to turn the rest of southern Nigeria to the what? To the officials to G of northern Nigeria by picking up whatever they're doing. That's the only thing they haven't done. These criminals, right? However, she was asking Kalu, what is his plan for northern Nigeria? And Kalu told him, point blank, no blinking. Nothing. That was the man she said to herself. Kalu and then his team, they are going to be just same thing that Buhari is. It is going to be purely about Yoruba. That's her conclusion. As you have the Fulanized government of Nigeria, FGN, instead of federal, you have Fulani government of Nigeria under this Buhari. So you're going to have a YGN. That's our conclusion. This is going to be the turn of the Yorubas. Definitely, this is not good for us. So she pulled out, but she didn't just pull out. She decided to tell people other things that she saw. Now, listen, she spoke in Hausa. However, people have given us the interpretation of what she said. And I'm going to read that, which is going to be the interpretation, okay? Afterward, I will add my own point to it. Let me go look for it. When she returned from London and decided to join Atiku, finally, she said, or should I say she warned all of you, just same thing we have been saying, the same thing they have been hiding and keeping. She was like gobsmacked, like, oh my God, this thing is really this bad? So everything we are hearing and all, so it's, I'm coming to that. I'll give you the meaning. First, listen.
Shi tsufa kuma shi ma kansa rahama ce. To amma akwai ka'idoji da mu musulmi Allah ya dora mana akan maganar limanci ko shugabanci. Wanda kullum ina daɗa ganin cewar Tinubu ba zai iya ba. Ko ana so ko ba a so da iya ƙaryarka. Sai na kullum nake daɗa fahimtar ba sa so ire-ire na ma mu dinka ganewa. To amma mun riga mun gane. Tunda dai dole zai fita harkar campaign. An wayi gari ma sai a ce wai kakkai magana. Kawai in ka je ka ce mun gode shikenan a sa kiɗa ai rawa. To abin da ni nake faɗa shine ka gani tun farko abin da isa ma na yi roƙo na ya dinka yi in the name of Allah. Dan Allah ki haƙuri ki zo mai tafiya nan. To ba na so in nuna mutakabbiranci. Ba na so sai tun farko sai na ce musu ba zan yi ba. Ya dinka roƙo na dan Allah dan Annabi. To tun da aka ce dan Allah dan Annabi ya zan ce ba zan je ba. To na je na ga abin ya saba wa dokar Allah, na ga cewar in na ci gaba da zama zan zalunci al'ummar mu. Ba ma na arewa gaba ɗaya ba, na ƙasar baki ɗaya. Abin da suke so su kawai Tinubu ya shugabanci, in yayi shugabanci su ya danne musu kan maciji su ta wasa da wutsiya.
Amma ga yadda ake ganin shi ya fito da tsare-tsare ya kawo matasa masu
tsare-tsare mutumin da ko magana yanzu mutumin da ko magana ya maka ita sakit ba zai iya ba. Wannan dan me yasa zamu dinga kan mu ƙarya? Zaharaddin ya zamu dinga kan mu ƙarya. Ka gani idan akan Buhari
Ka gani ko is the, do you understand? Don't worry yourself, I'll give you the meaning later. There's another part too. This one.
A cikin 'yan takarkarin, kaga misali, ni na ɗau Atiku a matsayin ɗan takara na shugaban ƙasa, ba na Tinubu. Na ɗau Binani a APC a matsayin 'yan takara ta gwamna ta Adamawa. Na ɗau Abba Gida Abba Kabir Yusuf, NNPP a Kano a matsayin ɗan takara ta na gwamna. Tinubu ya yi min waya da daddare. Ya ce min, gashi yana Ingila ya ji an ce na ƙi karɓan abin nan ɗinsa. Na ce ƙwarai don baka faɗa min me za ka yi wa Arewa ba. Sai ya ce don Allah in zo in same shi a Ingila. Na tashi washe gari na tafi Ingila. Muka je muka zauna da shi awon mu biyu tare da shi. A wannan awa biyun tambayar farko da na yi masa shine me za ka yi wa Arewa? Me ka tanadan mana? Sai ya ce min ba komai, bai tanadi komai ba. Na ce baka tanadi komai ba, kana nufin ka ce za ka yi takarar shugaban ƙasa ba ka da tsari blueprint na abin da za ka yi wa al'umma. Ya ce bai yi ba. Na ce me isa? Ya ce wai shi ba zai yi blueprint ba sai ya ci zaɓe.
Akwai wani gidan rediyo a Najeriya haka da na saurara na ji shi.
Now let me save you this stress, okay? You probably, give me a sec, one moment.
My name is...
I don't read social media anymore. They abuse the hell out of me. If I read it, I get high blood pressure. I get angry. I don't read it. So, if I want to hear anything, my children or any of my workers will tell me, This one say this one. If I'm tired, I say, please forget it.
It doesn't read anything because it's unwell. Okay. Now, what that Hajia APC Egbekegbe from northern Nigeria, what she was saying was that when she went to London to see Kolu, when they met in London, according to her, she said, in Koto, said, where is it? Ashiwaju that I sat with for 2 hours, he slept most of the time. It was Bisi Akonde that I was really talking to. Most importantly, he is not only physically unfit, he is mentally unfit, whether we want it or not. This is the truth. But when you talk to the leadership of over 200, when you talk of the leadership of over 200 million people, you know that if you remove tribal sentiment, you know that he is incapable. Those that will rule are those around him. This is the reality. He is mentally deranged. I said it. Right? Also, she said, I sat with him for 2 hours in London. When you talk of green, it will give you an answer of red. He can't even decipher. He has a very serious dementia. I believe he has Alzheimer's because he cannot even hold a cup of tea. That is the woman in the middle who met with Kolu in London just around about July. And immediately she left them, which is a big blow. She could have left her quietly, but she didn't. She quickly joined Atiku. And you can see how happy Keneri Dino look. So she's back home. Now, what people are saying is that most of these people, they know what Bukwari has done. And even within themselves, they don't trust themselves. The stranger bedfellows. Look at your screen, right? This is the full content of what she said. You too can read that. He said, Ashiwaju that I sat with her for 2 hours. He slept most of the time. It was Bisi Akonde that I was really talking to. Most importantly, he is not only physically unfit, he is mentally unfit, whether we want it or not. This is the truth. It's not that I hate him. I respect him because I have heard of 1 or 2 people that he assisted, which is good. But when you talk of leadership of 200 million people, you know that if you remove tribal sentiment, you know that he is incapable. Those that will rule are those around him. This is the reality. He is mentally deranged. I said it. I sat with him for 2 hours in London. When you talk of green, it will give you an answer of red. He can't even decipher. He has very serious dementia. I believe he has Alzheimer's because he cannot even hold a cup of tea. That is that shaking hand there. If you remove tribal sentiment, if you remove the Lagos Ibadan press, if Tinubu were not a Yoruba man, he will not dare contest election because they will crucify him. But people are all there to defend him because he is Yoruba, he is Egbe Omo Oduduwa over everything else. I was in the campaign for Yola, and we had to beg them to take the mic from him. Everything about Tinubu is based on lies. Imagine he is an Hausa man. Will he contest elections with all this base on top of him? In this campaign, nobody should talk of corruption because they are corruption personified. Shh. How did they do it? They say, shh. Let's say that one enter. That one enter. She's saying the truth, but she's already moved on to another garbage. A baggage, whichever one you want to call him. Atiku, which she believes will have the interest of the northern Nigeria in this or else the moment Bukwari is no longer there. You see this elite from northern Nigeria using the north of Nigeria to bargain and control power in Nigeria, looting, and all those impunity that has, torn Nigeria apart, yeah? They cannot live a minute outside their power. Let me tell you something. If you go to NNPC, you will think it's actually that it's not Nigeria, Nigeria, what do they call it? Nigeria National Petroleum Company, Abi Corporation, NNPC. You will see that it's Northern Nigeria Petroleum Corporation. If you go to the immigration, it is not Nigerian immigration, or what do they call it? Nigeria Immigration Service. No, it is Northern Immigration Service. They have, populated every ministry, department, parastatal, everywhere is northernized. And guess what? Southerners are now kind of, in the last 7 years, so elite, hungry slaves. They claim to be elite too. For them to have a share of the pie from Abuja under APC, where they are eating crumbs and they are throwing their people under the bus for this murderous APC. Wherever they are showing up, in order to be able to qualify to be among those on the table eating, they have, some of them decided to convert to Muslim. Some of them decided to change their name to some Usmanu and all those things, right? Some of them decided to start dressing like a northerner. We were seeing all of it. Now it's coming to an end. Abi, is it not coming to an end? I think it is. So if they have to survive, it's like a fish. How can a fish survive outside water? Because now, it be like say Bokwari don't teach everybody that if you get there, you do one Nigeria. Now your photo. So last, it's going to the Golgotha. You Golgotha. I'll tell you later. So she jumped in and said, well, we need to fight for this. And as it is in northern Nigeria, she says something about the embarrassing, all these embarrassing outbursts and the statements during campaigns. They had to beg them to take the microphone from him in Jigawa. In Yola, rather. In Yola. Meanwhile, in Jigawa, the same people they gave 1,000 naira to 500 naira to, immediately they were done in Jigawa. Look at what these people were doing. They were displaying Pampers. These are adult Pampers. These are the same people that they mobilized for Tinubu in Jigawa. They paid them. They shouted, Tinubu, side this, side that. However, is a joke in the north. I'm telling you, Tinubu is a pure joke. But like I said from the beginning, all of this does not give you or validate that they can't rig him in or they can't declare him the winner of your election next month. So don't think, hey, don't finish. No. Don't live in that. I don't want you to live in that fool's paradise. So we are talking about Nigeria. In a decent place, in a decent, in a decent country. Tinubu won't even be campaigning to be anything in Nigeria. But it is Nigeria. What do you want to do? In a state that is among the poorest states in Nigeria, Katsina. That is where Bokwari comes from. Look at this memo. Everywhere you see APC, Egbekegbe rally, or people destroying people rally, and you realize that they are the one controlling that government of that state, as they are billing Tinubu for money, they are also dipping their hands in the covers of their state in the name of welcoming Tinubu's campaign, organizing this and that. You see where the money is coming from. If they bill Katsina State for 500 million naira to welcome Tinubu, that will not say anything meaningful, then just, what do you call it? Just imagine how miserable you are to be collecting 1,000 naira from them in order to go and be in the sun. Abi, 500 million naira to host Tinubu on the 26th, what do you call it? 26th and 27th, where they are going to do the same show off and all of that. Sure you get? So they are all cashing out and majority of you are the pawn. But anyway, talking about Tinubu, to stop disgracing them, we're in Bauchi today. That's what happened. They were in Bauchi today. So in Bauchi, Bokwari went with him. in order to boost, you know what I mean? Because they have been staying away. Have you not noticed? Boko Haram's ministers have been staying away. Pastor Ruga has been staying away. Boko Haram himself has been staying away. A lot of them have been like moving away. It's been Kolu and Kolu himself. And that's why they believe that they are deceiving him. They are just taking his money and the rest of that. Kolu relies on Boko Haram, that Boko Haram is going to give him that power of incumbency. Sure, you get the one that controls the military, controls the police, controls the machine that all of you are going to use for your election, and the rest of that. But it seems that the body language of Boko Haram is like, may everybody go fight. Their fight. You know, won't be part of the whole thing. Do you get that now? That is what seems to be the body odor of Boko Haram. However, in Bauchi today, they were in Bauchi, and guess what? Igi Aga Igi Boko Haram, Tinubu, he didn't utter a word. And I think that's pretty much better, isn't it? Than for him to drop the lamba and for 3-4 days, content creators on social media, they will be feasting on them. A sick man. I'm coming back to that Hajia message again, and I will treat them one after the other, and then we'll relate them back to what you know already. And you think you can blackmail people to stop saying them. No, you can't. Hang on. Let's go to that Bauchi. Last night, they were preparing to welcome Kolu. All this effort, no single word. Boko Haram no say a word. Tinubu no say a word. The Igi Aga Igi Azima demented the boy Tinubu. He shook there, and he walked away. Unwell. But look at the effort from last night.
That's how you do that.
Yes.
It's in APC.
That's them. They were getting ready for Kolu to come and give his motivational speech there. In fact, since Boko Haram is also coming, maybe, it has to be so special and all of that, so that the people can say, they can shout, Sai Baba, Sai Baba, Sai Baba, it's APC, 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 top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom, and they walk away. And then, because they know that all of that are just for show off. Okay? Even though people are now saying that the KKK states, the 3 Kardashian states, Kano, Katsina, and Kaduna, where they always moll up all those fake numbers, to dump them for Boko Haram and all that. They are saying that all those areas are now under threat. I'll believe it when I see it. But let's go back to that Bauchi, when everybody started coming, including Boko Haram. And after, look at all of them, old relics. I don't understand the kind of thing they have done to you. Sure, you get. Like, I'm talking to you. No, not you, not you. You are too old, and you are part of the mess, and you will love the mess to remain. Okay, I'm talking to this young boy, this young man watching me, yeah, including you, this young lady. Did you see the image of all those old men? Right? Those are the old men that are saying that they will plan the future that you are supposed to be featuring in, but they won't feature in that future. But you are not part of that, and you believe them. Those relics. If you continue to believe those criminals, those old criminals like that they will change your world or change your life or make this Nigeria better as they are telling you, Baba or brother, look at your uncle. Show uncle. Show auntie. Look at them. Would you like your life to end up like theirs? No? Yeah? Okay. Let the answer be what you think it is. So Kolu and Bokwari, they walked into the waiting the Buhari idiots, the humbled slaves, and those who are there to massage their egos, their murderous egos. Let's take a walk. Tiffany, well, give me your hand. Let's go.
All right, I just have a minute.
I don't think that one is clearer enough. Now, let's check this. And he said, let's take a walk. Oh, hang on. That's the extra one. Don't mix them. However, back into the... Well, when they finally got up, I think when they finally got up, and people were expecting a Kolu to say something, right? No, there's nothing to say. That's it. 21 seconds. That's all they spent there. Except for those who are shouting. And then somehow, yeah, people started hearing this. Let me see if I still have Then back on that stage, yeah, I have a clip where they are just waving to all of them. Aya. Jagaba, shine gaba. The same music, that same music is the one that you see all those northern kids making video on TikTok where they are like tumbling and all. You know what I mean? Jagaba, shine gaba, jagaba, jagaba. I think there's another part. Anyway, look at this one. I think.
Expensive da MC Tagwaye muna so mu tabbatar wa bakinmu cewa jihar Bauchi ta Baba Buhari ne. Mun zaɓe shi a 2003, 2007, 2011. Mun yi uwar watsi da su a 2015. Muka ce sai Baba. 2019 muka kawo shugaban ƙasa Muhammadu Buhari. In Allah ya so, in Allah ya yarda, a 2023.
That's all they want to hear. When they, he had no message for them for 3 months now. Nigerians have been like subjected to the hardship of fuel scarcity, expensive, and they dare not come out and say they want to protest or they want to fight it. So in that same thing, they were campaigning. Now here is something though. APC, Egbekegbe's failure is so obvious that even when APC want to campaign, they would have to be campaigning against themselves. Like when Kolu is talking, you would think Kolu is a candidate of a party that is challenging the ruling party, not knowing that he is actually the candidate of the ruling party. So you can't mount their podium, okay? It's either you're going to have to lie, or if you have to tell the truth, then you have to be condemning Bokwari's failed government. So it is so contradictory that the only thing that will ever make APC to declare themselves a winner in any election in Nigeria is by rigging only. Rigging. Take it to the bank. And rigging is not just about stealing ballot and all of that, so it has advanced. Buying your vote with so much money that they do have anyway is rigging. Paying people to infiltrate your INEC to stop some of you from ever accessing your voter's card is rigging, even before election. Printing their own ballot papers, that is replica of the INEC ballot paper, and making sure that all your machines that are supposed to track your vote and all of them are never going to be functional or ever used. These are the riggings before your election. These are the capacity. These are the only thing. Creating chaos and tell people, and make sure that people are stopped from coming out. These are riggings that have nothing to do with voting alone. And all of this, they are the only people who have the capacity. That's the only way they can actually get by anything. Where they get the mind from? Have you ever asked yourself that, Baba, you olori biori agboyen, you way your head be like coconut head, eh? Have you ever asked yourself that, waiting exactly they give APC Egbekegbe courage to even ask anybody and say, follow us, like right now? Have you ever asked yourself, now because say it is Al-Qaeda People's Congress, Banyo people, shall you get, eh? But we'll get to that part too. However, like I said, you pay us, we gather. You pay us, we gather. But in the same Bauchi, Tifnumbu, I'm there. Bokwari left Bauchi, left Tifnumbu there. I'm not sure, say, they don't start the plane. Tifnumbu said plane. Before these boys, we just collected money. They shout, Sai Baba. They can't change them for everybody on that same street. In that same Bauchi. Igboro ti daru. And I think that actually started right at the venue. Even when Bokwari and Tifnumbu were there. And somebody was shouting APC, APC. And the same people where them pay, come their show, they shout at Tifku. I mean, let me see if I have the clip. Must be this one.
All right, I just have a minute. APC Nigeria.
Close your eyes, let us pray. I mean, which kind of business be this? This is APC. No mix up now. This is APC. You say, where they say APC, they say Bauchi, say Jagaban. Which one is say Atiku? Now they won't show you that on their TV. You won't read that in their newspaper. You will see it on Maiyegun's Diary Politico. But remember, for everything you see on Maiyegun's Diary Politico, they are just to give you the better understanding of how effed up Nigeria politics is, Nigeria politics is, as well as the Nigerian people and the politicians as well, for you to have a clearer understanding. And what is that force that rule that fiefdom? Greed. Created by, greed, selfishness, poverty, and on and on and on. It is a mad asylum created by mad people that they love to call leaders. That's them. Pastor Duboye said, you pay us, we gather. Another person pay us, we gather. At some point, they will probably just mix them all together. But this one seems to know what they are doing, because immediately after that program, right, they went on the streets. The job is done, and the people who came here are gone. This is northern Nigeria, and that will take us back to that Hajia Naa'jatu's message before we go on to the other things. They left that place after collecting the money, or maybe they don't collect the money. I don't know what happened. Same guys went out to start destroying the same banners, billboard, everything they put up to welcome Bokwari into Bauchi. And immediately after that, like I said, Bokwari left there for Lagos. where they are putting together a mini party, elite party, to celebrate Lekki, what's it called? Lekki Port. Lekki Free Port or Lekki Port or something, right? Built by the Lagos State government. By the end of the day, you realize that it's owned by one of the subsidiaries of Bokuwari's proxies. I'm sorry, Tinubu's proxies, but doesn't matter. It landed in Lagos just a moment after leaving Bauchi without saying a word. Just walk around the stadium and wave to them, listen to Sai Baba for 100,000 times, and then it walks out and say, well, Tinubu, you're on your own. I'm gone. While Jaga Banditi, Jaga Addict, the Jaga Pupu was there in Bauchi figuring it out, or probably asking them, where are you taking me next? Where are we going next? Baba will tell you, enter car. Oh yeah, push them. Oh yeah, load them inside the plane. Is it there? Settle there. Now we'll go talk to you when we are out of this place, before they begin to tear this aeroplane apart. Meanwhile, in Lagos, Ade Geto, Governor Point and Kill, that's Ade Pointer, Sonweku, was on ground, including dubious Dapo. You saw them on that Makabi to walk Tinubu, to walk Bokwari down the red carpet, to go and cut the tape of the uncompleted project. That's the uncompleted blue line that they are posting the picture everywhere. It's still uncompleted, but they will celebrate that. So, and that was what Bokwari was doing in Lagos. However, after that, the man left for Dakar, Senegal. But here is Ade Geto, Ade Pointer, the Governor Point and Kill of Lagos.
Go back.
Sure. That's what they want. Just the allure, the luxury, you know what I mean? The pleasure of being called Mr. Governor, Mr. President. That's all they want. That guy is the president of Nigeria. That is your president. You see him now, whenever he appears anywhere, it's just like bidding his time to what? Maybe like, I can't wait to get out of here. You are on your own. And it's just there now ceremonially, enjoying the life, and while you are going through hell and queuing again to bring this calamity upon yourself. Just remember, don't turn around and start saying that I ain't shemio. Let's go back to Naa'jatu. We know that the greedy ones, you see, when Bokwari decided that he wants to be president of Nigeria, I'll tell you that story. It was the conglomeration of greedy, selfish criminals in Nigeria. They have names. I'll tell you some of them, and they are known to all of you. They are no longer together in their battle of saying who is going to take the lead. Afterward, they will be together while you continue to suffer under the new ones they probably arranged for you. But listen, in 2014, 2015, the criminals in Nigeria were able to latch on the failure of Goodluck Ebere Jolantan, that was the then president of Nigeria. Oh, he was too soft. He couldn't undo a big country like Nigeria. Yes, look at how the Boko Haram and all of that stuff. Oh, they was too corrupt. They are just looting and all of that. This is heartless government. Can you believe that this government just increased the fuel price? Oh my God, this government just charged people for a job and they put all of them in a stadium. Oh my God. This is unbelievable. Nigeria is finished if nothing is done. Breaking news. 270 school children, school girls have been kidnapped. Oh my God, I've never, that was the life then in 2014. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, God. Nigeria is, In that chaotic situation, the criminals behind all of the chaos, they offered themselves as the messiahs for the brutalized, psychologically abused, physically, psychologically abused Nigerians. And he played well. Young people latched on that. And these rogues came together to offer a better life that will never happen. What are their names? Atiku from Jada, Abina Jega, wherever. Saraki from Ilorin. Dino Keneri Melaye from Kogi. Bokwari Mumumadu from Daura. Shongolere from Iragbiji, aka Bola Tifnumbu. Who else should I remember? Remember that is part of them. Anyway, the Shah came together that they wanted to rescue Nigeria from the hands of a weak and corrupt Jonathan. We raised the alarm that thieves don't come together to rescue anybody. Murderers don't come together to rescue anybody. Chronic tribalists don't come together to rescue anybody. Religious fanatics don't come together to rescue anybody. Look at all this mismatch of criminals and their track records. They are not coming to rescue you. They are coming to make your life a hell. Shut up your mouth, Maiyegun. You are enemy of Nigeria. It was like a Kool-Aid. People were drinking it. They were drinking it so mad. It was really, really a thing. It was like a pandemic. That's how terrorists, thieves, rapists, genocidists, and on. That's how they became the change agents. It didn't take long before they, before they plunged Nigeria into what you are now witnessing today. Yeah, it didn't take long. And that's exactly why today, the people that condemned the terrorism in Borno are now telling you how to get used to terrorism across the entire Nigeria because it is no longer Borno anymore. The people that told you a weak president is the reasons why school children were kidnapped. Now you've had thousands of school children have been kidnapped in the last 7 years. You've got Dapchi, you've got you've got all this Kankara, you've got the Kaduna College of Art or so, where students were kidnapped for. You know what I mean? Now, kidnapping large number of people has now become a thing that Nigerians are no longer alarmed. That's the handiwork of APC. They made it to get used. It was so bad then. Now, what they came to do is to legalize everything that used to enrage you back then. Increasing price fuel. That's very satanic. Now it is no longer satanic, right? Because they have made it very much permanent that you can no longer complain or else you want to die. That Nigeria was in debt of over 13 trillion in 2015, and today Nigeria is in debt of over 60 trillion naira. That's not alarming. That's not biggie. That Nigeria used to save money in an account called the excess crude account that these criminals met. They met at $7.5 billion, only to live around maybe $1 million now. From billions to 1 million. But that's not bad. It's for the development. Now, on and on and on and on like that, to the point that the people that used the same Nigeria that used to prosecute the terrorists, we used to read the news and say this particular terror act that happened in so time, the perpetrators have been arrested and they are now going through the court. That became a thing of the past. Now, what you are now used to is that pardoning the terrorists without going to court because they have repented. Repentant terrorists. All of these were done most of the time when the stick Bokuwari is not even existing. It's not even like a sin. Then they created what they call the presidiosy. The presidiosy, garbage shew, that one become your presidiot from the presidiosy. Femi Okonu Adeshino, that one also became the deputy presidiosy in Bokuwari's presidency, or what they call it. Now, it became a joke. And then what happened? Suddenly, overnight billionaires without any invention. People who have no businesses, they are now billionaires simply because they are associated with this corrupt criminal APC. I mean, in my life, I've never heard about relooting the returned loot until APC came. They relooted the returned loot right before your eyes. Nobody raised a wimp. That is what I said. They came to legalize corruption, legalize terrorism, legalize impunity, legalize the state-sponsored terrorism, legalize state-sponsored genocide, legalize state-sponsored profiling, legalize all things that are so wrong that used to get you angry. And all of these are done so conveniently after they unleash the most brutish civilian rule ever on you for the first time. In this right day and time, the government of Nigeria opened, they mobilized their military, their police. They were shooting people on the streets. And they have no remorse of that. So I'm just saying, what is motivating you right now, that after all you have seen right now, you are still there, playing the tribal card or religious card or this or that? They are so insensitive as well. As divided as they have made Nigeria, as impoverished as they have made Nigerians in the last 7 years, they are not actually like giving up. They are so confident to come to you and say, come on. So that's the part. So when Naa'jatu met with Tinubu, she, you know me, I be from the southern Nigeria, here you get, and I am pissed that something like this, in a way, trapped my people in Nigeria to witness this. I am pissed. I am angry. And I am always angry every time I think about it, because it's like my people have no choice. They are not given any choice at all, that if they wanted this or not. Here you get. But to an average northerner, to hell with it, even if Bokuwari is dead, his dead body will complete his 8 years. That is how much an average northerner is being told to stand up and defend, even when that decision is making him or her poorer and poorer, and even their environment unsafe. He is made to believe that, listen, it is the loss of the entire Nigeria, not just us. Now everybody go suffer them, but it's our own. So the father is our own, nothing. He must complete them. Do you get that? You are suffering. And they built it in your head that because he's a Muslim and he's from the northern Nigeria, it doesn't matter. Now that same ideology, that same mentality that has now moved Nigeria poverty index or poverty number from what we were told back then. They said the poor Nigerians back then were 88 million or more. You see, this is where, if you are supporting PDP, do you know that ordinarily, like naturally, go better for you? Do you know that? Okay, let me rephrase. That after what you know, the 16 years of destructive missed opportunities, that that was made possible by the greedy, selfish people in that same people destroying people. Do you know that when they were handing over to APC, 88 million Nigerians were living in poverty? That's true. 88 million. 16 years. Okay. Now, in 7 years, APC, they added 53 to 54 million people to that poverty. Which means in 2015, at least 50 million of you were not living, or you are not in that basket of poverty. It may not be so rosy or so, you know what I mean? But in truth and in kind, a lot of you can look back today and see what Nigeria has taken away from you, what APC has taken away from you in the last 7 years, your jobs, your investment, your business, Abi, your savings, and so many other things that Nigeria has taken away from you. Now, these are the things that has increased the poverty number of Nigeria from 88 million to 133 to 34 million. That's about 140 million poor Nigerians. So in 16 years, and people destroying people, they were able to create 88 million poor Nigerians. Between 2015 and 2022, APC has managed to create another 50 million. And today, you have about 140 million. So in 7 years, by the time, in 8 years, okay, in 8 years, maybe they will create 60 million. Yeah, it's almost 8 years anyway, 60 million. So in 16 years, they will create 120 million. And the pointers are there. They have used your future to borrow money right now. That generations, 5th generation, 99 years payment plan for your loan. That's exactly what they have done in 7 years. So now, let me rephrase what I said earlier, right? That after you have seen what APC, have done, and in your mind, people destroying people, right, to save Nigeria are your choice, sure you know that it no go better for you, or it no suppose better for you. Same way, not supposed better for anybody that is using any religious or tribal whatever to blackmail anybody because of Kolu. A sick man in a sick country. Haven't you learned something? Okay. Hajia Naa'jatu elite that benefited from a rotten system, celebrated Bokwari, and they kept quiet for 8 years. Now, what the rest of you endured for 8 years under the sick Bokwari, the northern Nigeria will not take a bit of it. They don't want to take a tiny bit of it now. Do you now see where Nigeria is not for you? How many times will they tell you?
How many times will they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that. Sorry, oh. May God not allow them, make them kill you. 70 years old man. Oh. Now you mumu na too much. You be mumu. You think say they wise.
You are a mumu man. Are you paying attention to what I'm trying to bring together here? That Hajia, that the northern Nigeria, why they are fleecing Nigeria, looting Nigeria, bankrupting Nigeria, killing Nigerians, making a hell of money from destroying Nigeria, because they are so close to the seat of the looting, is coming to an end. Like fish out of water. What are they going to do if the interest of the North? And when they say interest of the North, if you are a northerner watching me, you better don't deceive yourself. When criminals are saying I'm fighting for the interest of the North, you know they are not fighting for any interest from you, not your interest. They are fighting for the interest of the elite, greedy, selfish northerners that are holding Nigeria to ransom, including northern Nigeria. So don't be deceived. But if you have already been deceived, I understand. Okay? I'm doing my best to help you. All right? To what's it they call that thing again? Like when you say you want to, I don't want to say decommission you, because that would mean I will have to tear you apart. I don't want to say detoxicate you. Maybe detoxication is fine, because that thing is inside. With the right word, with the truth word, with the honest word, with the right information, we can actually filter. I can filter your system. Yeah, I think I can. I can filter your system of the toxic nonsense they have fed you. Northern Nigeria, I'm a northerner. I'm a southerner, I'm a Yoruba man. I will always stand for my own man. But I won't turn any now. You don't know. It's a lie. The elite use those buzzwords just to make you feel like you belong, you are among. They just seduce you. Out of the 62 years of Nigeria independence, Northern Nigeria has ruled Nigeria for over 47, 48 years. Remove 48 from 62 or 63. Yeah, 63. Remove 48 from that. What do you get? 15 years. In fact, is it that much? Or go to the Northern Nigeria. The same criminal from the north, right? They are still using their people, right? As bait for power also, including unleashing terror on their people to prove that if they don't give them power, Nigeria will be this, Nigeria will be born, Abuja is next. And they make sure that they carried out that threat until they got that power. But go to the Northern Nigeria, they are destroying the same place as well with terrorism and others. But if they tell you that the Boko Haram is representing the interest of the North, yeah, you are on Torah and you want to
Pastor, Pastor, our mojo sticker ló show wa. Àṣé kò rí pé orí wa ti burú. Ìwọ má dira o, ìpápá ra orin. Jẹ́ ká wá Bible tó jẹ́. Ó jẹ́ gbé sa gbé tàbí kò gbẹ́rì tí kò gbé tí a fẹ́ jókòó tẹ̀ra. Gbẹ́rì tí bá yọ píù. Àwo yarin. Ó mọ̀ ní pé wà nínú Bible pé ìgbà tó fẹ́ mú Jésù. Jésù kọjá ní àárín òun ògèrí Jésù. Kí ni Jésù lò? Àfẹ́ rí ló lò. Ìwọ má dira ayé bàjẹ́.
Tieta nìyẹn. I just thought I should tell you. Sorry if you don't understand Yoruba from the north. Don't get played by a crook that use buzzword because they come from your tribe or north. See, when it comes to Nigeria, Baba, it is a scam show. And if you don't see it as that, Baba, you are the pawn. You know, when they want to sacrifice, when they want to save the king, they sacrifice the pawn. You say, yeah, take the pawn. If you sacrifice many pawns to save the coin, Abi, if you don't see that it is a scam show, when they come around and start throwing that thing around, I'm a Yoruba, I'm a Muslim, I'm a this or that, Baba, iwoma dirao. If you don't see it, it is because you are the pawn. Now you then the scam. No WAHALA. Meanwhile, there is an addition. I told you I'm going to take calls. Okay, let's go to what do you call? Let's go to okay. Meanwhile, there's something I wanted to add. In all of this, before I go on, right? I want you to always remember, in everything you do, please do not ever underrate Kalu and what he is capable of doing with the amount of money in his kitty. I know you say everything will fail. Maiyegun, forget it, especially you, the Obidient. I will continue to inspire you here, okay? I continue to inspire you, but I'm not going to lie to you that Kalu is nothing. Maiyegun, forget it. If I say that to you, I'll be lying to you. You get that? If you have an idea what you are up against, you will dira, like I said earlier. Anyway, talking about the Obidient. Talking about the Obidient, which I'm going to come to in a moment. In Nigeria, there are some people that pretend to be educated. Some of them call themselves as scholars. Okay? And most of the time, these are crumb eaters, ass lickers. Okay? Jobless, sort of unproductive people that only depend on the system, the patronage. That's what Nigerian system is all about, patronage, political patronage. Now, there are those who are easily employed or recruited to mess up with your head. There is a man who says something like this. I'm coming back before I latch this person. Let's give the credit of this video to the channel's television. This is also on Kolu. Listen to this man. Now somebody papa be this, okay? And like I said, listen attentively, word for word. And when I come back,
issues, or at least issues that question integrity, shouldn't the electorate still think these are issues as well?
Well, there are issues in order to make personal choice. But we are not in heaven. We must also appreciate that. We are in the world, and it will be presumptuous because the tendency of utopian aspiration, at the end of it, it achieves very little. If you study the history of uprisings in the world, if you look at, for example, the Arab Spring, what has happened, people say, oh, okay, yes, most of it is because of reaction to poverty, reaction to corruption, and so on and so forth. But only sinful men will bring a society, will raise the society, because the problem of the society are the sins, and they understand the value of those sins and the effect.
Please say that again. Only sinful
men will raise the society from sin, because they understand what the effect of the sin, the consequences, the structure of sin, and how to manage them. If you are looking for holy men, you are not going to achieve a whole lot. If you look at the history of the world, that's just the reality. So in our nation...
But my apologies, sir.
Yes.
Is that to say that those integrity issues do not matter, particularly if one way or the other they do not line up with the aspirations of Section 23 of the Constitution?
Well, no, integrity issue matter, but it's to a certain extent. The Constitution speaks of against corruption, against this, and so on and so forth.
Yes.
Obviously, we'll deal with that. But to expect that personal holiness of candidate, a man that has gone through the structure of life in this nation, a nation, anywhere in the world, for example, you find that politicians are sinners. For example, you cannot run politics, you cannot run office without money.
Show you the other man. Now somebody papa be that too. When we were young, we were told not to get ourselves involved in any act of criminality. When you commit crime, it's not sin. Do you see how they are trying to turn crime to sin? Like, where we are not looking for saints. Who is looking for sainty? Somebody committed a crime. Your constitution says if you did that, you should be arrested or disqualified. Somebody, papa, went on TV, started speaking grammar by equating crime, including a drug dealing or money laundering, looting and all those things. And when they said about integrity matters, like this person with all this baggage and all, but he said, there's nobody there without sin. He continued to use sin, because you know what he's appealing to? He's appealing to your religious side. They know how to do it very well. I'll give you another example. That one was appealing to your religious side, so that when you look at everything that these criminals have done, lives that have been lost, lives that have been ruined, families that have been separated, businesses that have been destroyed, lives that have been destroyed due to their greed and selfishness and corruption, then you don't see it as anything. Just be like, they are just sins. Maybe when God forgive our sins, maybe God forgive our sins. It's just sins. They are not sins. Don't bring sin into crime. Hello? I forgive them. When God forgive our sin, are you crazy? Comparing crime and sin, it is intentional. We know that. It is only in Nigeria, are you with me, that you will see university lecturers, dons, they call them dons, university lecturers, rigging election for politicians that dropped out of school. They don't have any value for education or what have you. for politicians that actually bought whatever qualification they presented as their qualification. For politicians that they cannot prove any kind of a professional title they say they hold. Lecturer in schools, universities, they will be helping them to forge election results. They will be helping them to falsify election figure. Then when the politicians now get to power, the politician will start stealing every money, including the pension of the lecturers. Can you believe that? Educated people. That's exactly how much these criminals have captured the instrument of state. When they say instrument of state, we are talking about everything that controls the country, including the economy. Lecturers, poor, starving, wicked, most of them unproductive for you, and then latching out their frustration on their students, making their lives hell, miserable. But when it comes to the politicians that fail to make their life better, they are willing to collect peanuts, to falsify figure for the momentary gain so that the politicians can win again. Or maybe, luckily for them, they can get appointed into politics and get political appointment. That's how myopic they have been. And that's how self-destructive an average Nigerian is. Take that to the bank. Greedy, selfish, self-centered, just me. When I'm fine, I don't give a damn about others. Why should I? That is the typical or average Nigerian. And they are the reflection of the criminals who lead them. To excuse all of their madness, they will bring in a quote from the Quran and Bible. They will bring in God into it. And then when you say, Baba, leave God out of it, so they will change it for you. Because at that moment, you are a sinner. How dare you say, don't bring God into it? Are you smarter than God? Is it not the God that give you the wisdom? Is it not the God that say, I'm talking about the criminals. How did that escalate to God or God this, God that? That's typical Nigerians. They have a way of dividing that because they are very much the replica of the criminals that are leading them. They take insult. They feel offended when you say things about the rogues that are leading them. And when you ask Kolu, what do you think about this whole thing? Can't be like saying, now your own time, everybody can say they can't wise up. He's not bothered. I've told you, he's very confident. And I think that would be one of the shocker of the century if suddenly Tinubu failed to be your president, or you reject him, or you stop him. Because as of today, and like this, the shaky Azima demented the Bokwari feels. And no joke, this is how he feels.
Obidient silly.
That's right. No too much talk. He's not beating you silly because they have done well. He's not beating you silly because he has presented a very good, program and spoken to so many of you enough that you can say, wow, it is all about Bala, Bulu, Bulu, Bala. And I think that's where this pastor on a chair, in a chair. Anyway, there's something I'm going to say before I even get to that. Remembering that name, Onoche, that pastor. Okay. Remember, that was the same pastor that ordered the police to arrest the Revolution Now members, and they locked them up, denying them bails for weeks until it became an issue. Remember? Now, talking about the Revolution Now, that takes me back to 2020. The October 2020 NSAS protest. How many of you know that to this moment, there are about 9 people that are still languishing in Agodi prison? Not because court sent them there, but because they were raided during the NSAS protest that happened almost 3 years ago. Well, 2.5 years ago. Do you know that they continue to deny them bail? And from the reports, right? Seyi Makinde, the governor of your state, has interest in them in ensuring that the judiciary handling that their case in Ibadan, to continue to delay. So this might be a wrong accusation or not, but Baba, they didn't commit any crime other than they participated in NSAS in 2020, and to this day they are still in prison. Do you know that? And if not for more yellow show, by the way, majority of us will probably never know. They have been the one providing them legal support. They have been the one keeping in touch with their family members, giving them updates and all of that since 2020. That's also the reminder of how devilish, how evil this APC, how they are. Now, talking about Onache, Abia Neche, he had this to say. It's no longer, I told you before, I said that all gloves are off, and it seemed that the Christians in Nigeria, the churches in Nigeria, majority of them, they are no longer speaking in tongues. They are speaking clearly now. Listen to this one. I'll be back.
Your choice be, watch this video first.
Who is he that has had enough success in life outside of government? A person who can run his life and be successful can run an institution. We have many people whose money cannot be traced except to government, except to public office. We don't know anything they bought or sold, except that they were in government and then they became rich. Who is it that has traceable record, both in public and private life, that is traceable? Well, this happened and this happened and that happened. Who is this that has verifiable records? In our nation today, you see somebody, a pauper today, bicycle rider today, becomes a politician tomorrow, and he has the biggest house in his village. He has not run anything to succeed with it. The first thing he wants to run is a whole government, and he steals everything. Who is it that has a corruption-free record? Others are corruption in motion, mobile corruption, corruption walking. Who are those? Who are the people? Who is that has come out of a marginalized zone of this nation, where it appears like people from that zone must not rule, where others have come over and over and over again, ruled and misruled and destroyed the whole country? Who is that person? Very, very clear. Is it not clear? The same people that brought this country into this burden of terrorism, banditry, all of them, they conspired. It was a coalition of frustrated, retired people. What they have in common was a common enemy, not a common purpose. And they impose what we are in now on us for 7 going to 8 years, where people spend time defending the institution instead of the institution defending the people. And they want us, the same wicked people. There's one I forgot. Who is he that has a heart for people? Others don't have any heart for nobody. Have a heart for if everybody die in one day, it doesn't matter to them. And they want to recycle themselves, like recycled clothes that we don't use in the theater. disposables. What Igbo people say to fiakwa. For this bad.
What's going on, Christian? What's going on, Christian? Sinikpe gboro ti di kropoye, everywhere ló ti propoye. Yes. Sinikpe gboro ti di kropoye, everywhere ló ti propoye. Yes. Sinikpe gboro ti di kropoye, everywhere ló ti propoye. Yes.
Oh, yummy. I get you. So, without saying much, I want to take you to Katsina. The Katsina where the Obidient, they showed up today. I don't know. I just feel like I should just shake my body a little bit. Don't you think that, I've just been talking. Sorry. I'm thinking I should just shake that body a bit. Where is Werey Wike? Right.
Some people think say you dey do juju.
Is this a joke? They will never go free.
Them dey burn face oh yeah, that would them dey burn face for. Easy body yeah, you're so wicked they walk oh. As I'm watching you on television now, they pain them. That is all. And they sweet when they see me appear like this, they pain them. And I promise them, I'm here to bury them. I see they pain them, they see us. I see they pain us, they pay. When I say I see they pain them, they see us. I see they see us, they go they pay. I see they pain them, they see us. Face me and face you. Every morning, every afternoon, every night, weekend, every time, weekend. Weekend is not important. Why are you worried? Weekend is not important. Why
are you worried? So I said I'm going to take you to Katsina, okay? Where it seems that the Obidient, they are now threatening the 3 Kardashian states, even though some are saying that no, it's not going to happen. However, from here, I will share with you the visuals from northern Nigeria, not just northern Nigeria, this time around, Katsina State, where Bokwari comes from. Mine is the diary. Bring it to you. They may not want to give that to you, right? So let this be the intro to what is really happening up north when it comes to the Obedience. I know here Hausa, but I can dance to this like I've been dancing to some of their jingles that are showing up either on Kolu's campaign trail or Atiku's campaign trail, the entertainment of Dino Keneri Melaye, as well as the content, everyday content original creator from Kolu. All of these have been things that have been picking up from their trail. As for the Obedient in northern Nigeria, well, just dance or shake your head. They actually ran this on their radio in the north. PDP! It's mixed together. It shouldn't.
Mu gabaki ɗaya yanda ya shafi arewa, haka ya shafi kudu. Yanzu lokaci yayi mu ceci ƙasar mu domin zaman lafiya da walwala abin muhimmanci ne. Mu haɗa kai, mu zaɓi 'yan takara masu inganci. Duk mu zaɓi Peter Obi na Labour Party a matsayin shugaban ƙasa mu zaɓi Peter Obi da Yusuf Baba Ahmed saboda sun nuna iyawa, sun nuna kwazo, kuma sun nuna kishin ƙasa. Lokaci yayi mu juya ƙasar mu zuwa hanyar ci gaba. Dan bayani kan yadda za a iya shiga wannan tsari a buga lamban waya 0806.
All of that. You know what I mean? This is what they are running in there. Speaking and say, well, Peter Obi, sugar baba, shingavi, you know what I mean? Like everybody, this and that. I don't understand, but sounds good, doesn't it? I don't know. Let's go to the street and see the one that we can actually dance to. This is the one you can dance to. All right. On the street, they said they are waiting for Obi in Katsina today.
We are here for the Katsina rally. Peter Obi is coming. You can see the excitement. People are excited. Guys, ready for the Obi rally? Guys, this is our convoy. We are here at Labour Party office and we are about to kick off our rally, our keke rally. Guys, you can see our people, we are all set. You can see our people, we are ready to rally to let the people know that Peter Obi is here. Our women are here, our men are here, the youth are here. Our convoy is so long. These are all our keke riders ready to move. Ready to move. Peter Obi, today we move.
Yeah, that was earlier. Then outside their supposed stadium where they were to meet, outside that place, this, oh, hang on, yeah, this was picked up. I want to believe. No, it's been mixed up. I don't want to get them mixed up. Let's pick it again. This.
Obi in your city. That is the entrance of the stadium. That is the entrance of the stadium. That is the entrance of the stadium. 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 Katsina. Hey!
And remember that they don't they give shishi, they say, which means you see the queue on the left, the queue on the right. That's exactly how it was. But on the tarmac, for those who got to their airport to welcome Obi, now dear, these ones, they are students. Don't worry if they are speaking in tongue, okay? But you can tell it has to do with this usual, the greatest bagba, the greatest bubu, aluta guru gara. But this one is in Hausa. Quite interesting as well for the diary. Here.
Don't be lying. You struggle.
You know, good, Baba, shut up. That's the northern version of a Luther slang. They need to make any sense. But be where they decode, they understand the message. That's what they will say, Abi, isn't it? I actually like him. Let me see that guy again, because there are more. I'm still going to show you. But this one, since I got that video, I've been like, okay, trying to pick it. Aluta Guguru, Aluta Gagara. And I don't get it, but I'll take it again.
No be lie. You struggle.
I will never get it. I'll stop trying. I was saying it after him, but forget it. I heard about the Aluta, but there's no point in wasting our time or wasting your time, okay? I will never be able to say that. There is another version.
Peter Obi.
Naso.
Peter Obi. Say. Show. I like.
Katsina students don't come. Oh. Students town hall. Naso.
Forever, inshallah, election, winning, achieving, fundamental American volleyball for example capacity. The academic leader, the incoming leader, the intendable president, the educational president, the overconscious president, the academic president, the administrative president, the orientable or attention also for our capacity, intendable development.
Our Katsina students carry charge. Come on. We are Peter Obi. Presto. Federal. Republic. Nigeria.
What's going on, Christian? What's going on, Christian?
I know you are wondering, what's going on? Well, they are the students, Aluta Gbagba, Aluta Propoye, Aluta this or that. That was from Katsina. And it's not just that. Then their man landed briefly.
The Eagle has landed. Peter Obi has landed Katsina. Welcome, Your Excellency.
Aye. And then I got a clip, a short one, okay, where he had this town hall meeting, okay. There's no much time. If I should go fully into a lot of things, right, I won't take calls tonight, and I've actually missed taking calls, like, just hearing from people. I miss you. Actually missed you. So he was in a hall, right, in a town hall meeting where he gave a speech. So, every time we mention town hall, there's something that comes to mind, Abi. Town hall is different from what? The first correct answer will get a shout out from me. Town hall is different from, I don't know. I'll be back to that.
Bayan wannan dan lemo da biskit da ruwa da zaka akwai kuma abinci shi ma yana nan tafi da kawo kuma abincin nan zai wadaci kowa dan Allah dan annabi mu ba da haɗin kai mu ba da goyon baya mu nuna cewa mu ɗan Najeriya ne na gari mu ɗan Najeriya ne na gari mu ɗan Najeriya ne masu neman su kawo Najeriya wanda muke so dan Allah kowa ya zauna a inda yake don Allah abincin nan da ruwan nan da lemun nan kowa zai samu kuma ina mai ƙara samun hakuri don Allah a yi mana hakuri.
Sure, you get. I'm trying to manage that time, okay? So you see, a lot of you actually you missed it. A town hall is different from. See, some of you are saying Bala blue, some are saying blue, and all of that. No, you need to complete the statements. the right answer is a town hall is different from Bala Blue, Blue, Bulaba. That's the right answer. I'll ask you some other time. Going away from the Obidient in Katsina, like I said, I've not got much time there. I want to take calls. However, let me show you what happened in Nasarawa. In Nasarawa, where, I think is it PDP or APC? I don't care. But this is how they are warming up. In Nasarawa, a supposed region where Kolu is expected to get his millions from. Somebody said, what is it? Which one is Three Kardashians again? Are you new? Oh, sorry. You are new, Abi. We have names for a lot of things. It is just to save us the time, okay? Having to explain a lot of things. There are some ways that we use these names to shorten the, you know what I mean? So the Three Kardashians in Nigeria election, right? They are the 3 KKK, okay? Kano, Kaduna, and Katsina. These three, right? It doesn't matter what is going on there, right? Whether the poverty is high, whether the criminals are failing, whether terrorists are terrorizing them, it doesn't matter. Okay? When it comes to APC, write the figure, write the number. So after all of you are already receiving Akwa Ibom, 600,000 PDP, 100,000 APC. Okay, 500,000. Listen, APC have lost Akwa Ibom. Ekiti State, APC, 400,000. PDP, 800,000. APC lost tickets again. Why you are counting all those? Now later the KKK will come. They come late. So when they start landing, they will just start canceling everywhere that you think you have in the southern Nigeria. That is why some of these APC, Lagos, Abobaku, Oshogbo, Alimajiri, the humbled slaves, obedient fools, and sophisticated morons, those crumb eaters, crumb chasers, ass lickers, all risers. That is why they are always saying that one single Kardashian will cancel all of the people from Eastern Nigeria. Go and check it. They are confident because it's fraud. It's written. Nobody can verify them. It has always been like that. So people just accepted them. That once they come, now the Three Kardashians. By the time the second one land, before the third one land, you go don't give up and say, they don't win. They don't vote. Underage voters, people from Niger Republic voting, Tom printing multiple times, and all those things. The Three Kardashians are always there to cancel everywhere else. Anybody who has the Three Kardashians, is going to be declared the president of Nigeria. Go and find out. I'm serious. Let's go to Nasarawa. These are the PDP, by the way, in Nasarawa. Don't take my word for it. I may actually be saying something opposite of what they are saying. I don't understand any jack from what they are saying. But I do understand these next people. They are from Bayelsa State. And they are also PDP. You see, when they say that they have locked down Eastern Nigeria for Peter Obi, these kind of guys with Atiku's money, they will disagree with you. Seriously. And they are the people giving Atiku confidence that don't listen to anything. Traditionally, Now this, now you get this whole place. But this was Bayelsa. Sorry, I don't have much time to take you to their campaign, but this kind of look hilarious to me. Or should I say, it's funny. Listen to them.
PDP! 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 Well, today, the President of the Federal Republic incoming is coming to Nigeria. It's a big day. We are all set to receive him. He's going to be the President of this country. Amen. His name is Atiku Abubakar, the Waziri Adamawa. Everybody say Waziri Adamawa. Waziri Adamawa. The President of Nigeria. Let me tell you why Atiku should be the President. I have known Atiku since 2001. He was a close ally of Alame's here. Atiku spent 3 days with us in Yenagoa. I was the secretary to government. That those few days, I saw a man who can be the president of this country. That time he was vice president. Atiku has a network that there's no other Nigerian have. There's no state in this federation that Atiku doesn't know at least 10 people very well. In Bayelsa, including me. You need a president that can carry phone and call somebody in a state and say, look, this is the problem. I want you to get this done. I want this done. I want that done. You also need a president that people can talk to, can call. So he has a network, connection. He can talk to Nigerians. Number two, for all these years, Atiku has been steadfast, consistent on restructuring of this country. For we, the job people, for we, the South, for we, the Niger Delta people, restructuring this country is number one on the agenda. And when we talk about restructuring, people misunderstand. We're not talking about sharing wealth. We're talking about making every part of this country viable. This is a great country. Buried under the feet of the earth, there's minerals that can take care of every state very well. Atiku is on restructuring. The other fact that I want Atiku to be president, and he will be, is that anybody can access this man. The young, the old, the elderly, the youth, the women, children, is accessible. He's somebody that I've only recently I spoke to him on phone.
Oshoni, Ajeni, Elebologun ni, Amaniseni ni, Afaimaniseni ni, wọ́n á fi yín sílẹ̀. Oshoni, Ajeni, Elebologun ni, Amaniseni ni, Afaimaniseni ni, wọ́n á fi yín sílẹ̀. Oshoni, Ajeni, Elebologun ni, Amaniseni ni, Afaimaniseni ni, wọ́n á fi yín sílẹ̀.
And in case if that one, if you don't understand that one, let's try the Islamic one. Where is Kolu? Let's try the Islamic one. If that one no go work, waiting they do them, this one should.
Alhamdulillah. 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 Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alhamdulillah. 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 Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Alhamdulillah
Rabbil Alamin. Joke, isn't it? Anyway, everybody they drag them here and there. We will keep the people informed enough that you won't blame anybody when you make any of those decisions, okay? So we'll stop there. And I'm going to take 1 or 2 calls. Here you get. So let's see what I have here. If this is connected, okay? So I'm going to take a break. But how can we be over 2,000 on YouTube alone? And only just about 400 of us actually dropped their offerings. I was say coronavirus never ending, COVID never ending. Why are you always like kind of distancing from that that button, that thumb up under that? Yeah, I'm not saying type thumb up. I'm saying pick up that your TV remote, okay, and then just go onto the TV right there that you're watching from right now, yeah, and you see that like button when you scroll it, like highlight it. You see it. Click like. Now you're offering. When you have over 2,000 people watching, and they are so into it that they don't want to do anything other than just to type the messages like hello, hello, and all that. I'll be back. So I am going to hope that enough of us will actually do that. Okay. If you do that, it's going to be much appreciated. All right. I am going to take a few calls and then, but first, let me take a break. Yeah. And I'll be back to take that. Okay. Don't go anywhere. Thank you. I have a caller on the line, and I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. Can you hear me? You still there? Hello?
Sir.
Oh, are you? Okay, great.
Good evening,
Idris,
sir.
Idris, is that you, by the way?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. I'm fine, sir. Yeah, good evening to everyone on the Temple of Truth this night.
Good evening.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. All of us can hear you. You are live now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, sir. And thank you to everyone on this platform. So I want to first thank you, everybody for my sister, my sister that died last week. So I want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you so much. So may God continue to keep protecting every one of us. So thank you so much, sir. I keep saying that Nigeria can't and will never be great. Or let me just say it will never work. It's not what hypothetically so, but I don't think Nigeria will work. And Simara want to push for unity of this country. I don't know. Share Nigeria what is she want? It's not about Nigeria what she want, but know the right things to do. If you hope in Nigeria, it will surely fail you. It will surely fail you. There's no hope in this country. Is it the security? So Abigbo or Jelu, some put on your shelu. Someone manifest lórí wa. Test lórí wa. And she on a this country is not working, and we say the country is working. But when you need to, má jẹ́ kí adé Yorùbá máa sọ̀rọ̀ kan wọ́n ní pé ọdún má jẹ́ kí adó ọ̀run òtítọ́. Àbọ̀rọ̀dẹ ló máa ń sọ fún ọmọlúwàbí nínú ẹ̀ wọ́n máa kó padà di dídí. Maiyegun, was it not yesterday or 2 days ago calling me the same train that caused havoc in my family? It was
yesterday.
Information.
No, I even have the video as well.
Those same train, I don't know. Those same train again. Talk about not talk about any country. This Nigeria will stifle us if we are not careful. Now I see why people are leaving this foreign country. I see why people, because the country is not working. Nothing seems to work, and it will never work. I don't know. This Fulani hegemony, it will take over. It will take over us. Well, let me just say it has even taken all over us. Let's take back our religion. Let everyone go their separate way. I do not support violence in any way. Neither do I even like violence. But I believe that it is by dialogue. And this is ideology so everybody this contraction, it is not working. People keep dying anyhow. And the government are just doing nothing to salvage the men socially.
Well, you're on your own. That's the point, right? You don't have any government, but there's no government. So there's no point in even thinking that they're just looking at, no, you don't have any. You are on your own. And for those who want to keep Nigeria cities, right? Well, maybe they should have a picture of that Nigeria they want to keep as we continue to remind them the reality from fiction. As well.
So thank you very much. Your program keep me alive. It's just like I don't know, just like a therapy of life. And thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Take care, Idris.
And although I did kind of say the truth, even if it is bitter. Maiyegun, you are saying the truth. I know it is bitter in the mindset of those less people, but thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Nice one, Idris. Expect that our call and our correspondence concerning what happened to you, okay, is being worked on, and eventually, we'll make a contact. That's what I'm going to say. So take care. So I have another caller on the line. Somebody said that they always complain. Of course, there's nothing bad in complaining, but you also have to act. And that's exactly what we are encouraging, that when people realize that this is it, and they cannot just be complaining, you need to do something. You need to join and that's why I also told you that don't rule out the Obidient. Don't think because you are not interested in their elections, right? And therefore what they are doing is a waste of time. They are doing something. Just like every other person who is doing something elsewhere, right? Eventually, right, the center will collapse. And they will do it soon. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, ma. How are you?
Báwo ni kò fọ́ everybody o àti little baby wa ṣe àlàáfíà ni everybody wa.
Everybody wa ma. Báwo
ni? Ṣeun. Seeing you, we thank God for you, your family, and everybody.
Thanks,
related to you. And we thank Princess, every one of you that have been pushing and pulling, doing everything to make a success out of all what you've done so far. during the Christmas and New Year time. And back to Idris. Idris, ṣé òun ló kérora ní orí program sometimes maybe last week ní ìgbà tí I feel so bad for him. So he eventually lost.
If I share the picture, he sent me all the pictures of the burial, the picture of the family, all everybody trying to like come together and all of that. But like he said, it was like it's not to seek sympathy. I mean, to seek what do you call it, pity from anybody. It's just to let me know that this is what happened, so that
it can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody.
She was freed after they took they collected over 4 million naira from them. Then they freed her. But before they freed her, they've already tortured her, like forcing her to so that the family could pay in time. Before the family paid, right? They've already kicked her inside, and she had internal bleeding. So when she got back and they were happy and all of that. It didn't last for 2 days. She didn't last 2 days after she was released.
Why?
So they collected the money, and the family still lost her. So that's how bad the story is. Yeah, that's it. But it just was like they are not looking for pity or anything out there, but it's just to show to me that this happened, and the family is going through a lot right now. Anybody or anything, but for the fact that the platform to want to happen to anybody, and don't wait till it happens to you now. It will not make sense. And it's not because you want to, you know what I mean?
How the family will feel now.
It's sad.
Nobody can imagine.
You don't want to know the full story.
When you lose somebody, even simply losing somebody from sickness or anything is paining. And we thought those Azu, headache and everything they went through, and she still died.
Yes.
It's another pain
She
entirely. Nobody can know how they're feeling. But my prayer to everyone in the family is that God will continue to support them and give them the strength they need at this moment. There is nothing that we can do, we can say
to bring her back
give
anymore.
them
Nothing.
that strength. Yes. We only pray for God to give them that strength they need now. Because when something, it's a shock, that's another thing. Stress and depression can set in, and how many can we talk about?
I mean, excuse me, ma. You know that the problem, the part of the problem that people are not talking about enough about the insecurity in Nigeria is that
they don't even talk about it.
Yeah, is that the families.
Mainstream media doesn't even talk about it.
Yeah, I even wanted to say, ma. I wanted to say the part that people don't talk more about, or they don't even talk about, is that the families of the victims. When we read the news that people get kidnapped, people get killed. Nobody talks about the trauma the family have to deal with. Nobody. Everyone just move on and say, they killed 20 people. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, they kidnapped 10 people. They have paid ransom and they have released them. Nobody talks about them anyway. Just say, thank God. Let's thank God.
Imagine. Nobody even pay a visit to them and say,
how is it going? How is it? How are you coping?
You wouldn't even know.
That's Nigeria, man.
It's a serious situation. God will continue to give them the strength. That's the only thing.
I mean, at least we can always send prayers and then, love, good wishes and all that. And, I am planning to send people to go and see them, by the way. Good enough. We have about 3 of us currently in Nigeria.
Not the number. I would like to chat you in wherever way, small way I can help them because they need therapy.
I know. I mean, like you said, money can bring her back, and money can replace all their losses. So I am planning to actually use the opportunity of some of our people who are home now. They are at home, and good enough as Yoruba Union is they are meeting as well, right? So somehow we could use them as a powerful delegation. Their princess will lead them to and see the family and all of that. Just it's not about money. Sometimes just let them see that we care in a way.
From somewhere, at least to know that somebody care, people care about
we do care, yeah. Because we do. We really do. Yes. And we wish this never happened.
We really do. We really do.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm so sorry for them. God will continue to feel wherever they are feeling their pain, to fill the place up for them.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
And so there is another program, there is another picture
point you want to make. Okay, go on,
earlier.
Right.
As to the NHA, Prophet
that pastor, yeah.
Yeah. Is church not dunamis?
Exactly. Dunamis.
If I can recollect vividly, that was the church they arrested. Inside that church, they arrested 5
Revolution now members, yeah. They said because they are putting out T-shirt that says revolution now.
Yeah.
That they can't wear that to the church, and they called the police on them. They locked them up for days.
That same T-shirt was worn to mosque.
They won the same to the mosque, and nobody really cared. They just did their thing and left.
Nobody did anything. So sure ni abonjaje.
Ó ṣì ń jàjẹ́ ni mà.
Àwọn wo náà èdè wọn débẹ̀. Àwọn wo náà ń gbàdúrà fún wọn débẹ̀. Àwọn wo ni ní church ẹ̀yẹn ó fẹ́ sọ fún mi pé òun ò ní àwọn tí òun gbé dé lára àwọn tó ń gbé tó débi tó dé yẹn. Òun ò ní àwọn tí wọ́n ń báàkì òun náà ní church nílé ẹ̀ ní gbogbo ibi tó ń lọ ní everywhere. Ó ṣòro ní wọn ni àbúṣe ń já wọn jẹ. Nígbà tí nǹkan yẹn bá di wípé
tó bá ti wá ń bù wọ́n jẹ tó ti ń bù wọ́n jẹ tó ti ń wọra lóòótọ́ ló ó dà bó ti ń bù wọ́n jẹ ni mà ó ti ń bù wọ́n jẹ. That's why they are now like having to wọn fẹ́ keep ẹ̀ mọ́.
Tá bá mú ọwọ́ ìjọba táwọn ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀yàn kúrò àwọn ló tún nẹ́ẹ̀sì sí wọn. Tó tún torí àwọn èèyàn bu abẹ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè yẹn.
Bàbá evangelist
èèyàn Ọlọ́run. We continue to talk about èèyàn Ọlọ́run ni ẹ má jà tẹ lọ́run látara wọn ẹ má jà mọ́. Ẹ wo ibi tó sì wá dé.
Rí pé wọ́n ti excuse me rí pé wọ́n ti ń connect crime. Wọ́n ti ń compare crime pẹ̀lú sin o lójú ayé wa o. Crime and sin wọ́n ti ń compare wọn papọ̀ dé pé so that you can play it and say but ṣebí only God dey punish for sin. No, it's not you. If they commit any crime, leave them. Let God punish them. They have sinned. But that's how they do it. That's how they do it.
Logically.
Before you know it, accept it. Can you believe that? Excuse me. You believe it in your lifetime or when APC don't party in 2015 or in your lifetime or ever believe you pé ẹ máa witness clothing pé bí táwọn kan ti máa defend the pardoning repentant terrorists. Ṣé yín ever believe pé ẹ lè witness ìjọ tó máa ní kẹ́ choose between your land and your life? Ṣé ẹ lè believe ẹ lè imagine 7 years ago pé one day wọ́n máa ní kẹ́ choose between your land or your life nínú Nàìjíríà yẹn. Ó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ already now, it's happening.
And many are in agony. People cannot even talk. There are some people the way you see little kids on the street. Ẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run abẹ́ pé
ó yẹ kó break out.
Kì í ṣe ìlú táwa ti dàgbà ní. Kì í ṣe ìlú tán ti tọ́ wa ní. Kì í ṣe ìlú tó jẹ́ pé tó bá lọ títì tó bá rọmọ lọ́mọ tó bá san nídìí pé kúrò ń bẹ̀ yẹn. Ìyá ò ní bí ẹ.
Ìyá máa ní kí ló ṣe mà nǹkan báyìí ni mo rí tó ṣe o ìyá àtúkò bọ èké tó bá pé lóòótọ́ ló ṣe nǹkan yẹn àtúkò mọ́ ń bẹ̀ pé ẹ ṣe jàre mà ẹ ṣe mà ọ̀ẹ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ náà akónisí tàbí ọmọ ọjọ́ mẹ́jọ ni o kì í ṣe pé àkókò kọ́ wọn o àwọ̀ wọlé lójú yín nìbọn ń sìn.
Ó ti yàtọ̀ ó ti tó yàtọ̀ àwọn tó dé bá gbogbo ayé náà jẹ́ wọ́n wá fẹ́ máa sọ wá di ìríra àtúwá di ìríra káàkiri gbogbo orílẹ̀-èdè tá a pínra wá sí àdìríra. So in not
ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ní pé torí a jẹ́ àwa láti ìlú tó pé Nàìjíríà.
Bó ṣe sọ orílẹ̀-èdè yẹn dé. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Ọlọ́run tí wọ́n fi orúkọ ẹ̀ pé tí wọ́n fi ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Ṣebí during COVID ṣebí kan lóun ra private jet mẹ́ta.
Àwọn èèyàn
wọ́n dẹ̀ rí nọ́ṣọ́.
Súlé Òtòbò nìyẹn.
Wọ́n dẹ̀ rí nọ́ṣọ́. Wọ́n dẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ wọ́n jẹ.
Ó tún ní ìkọ̀kọ̀ miracle money mọ̀ kọ́ mà ẹ jẹ́ kí n gbé another call right èmi àti we can banter like this for so long and factual banter ló máa ń pè right the guy said that pé òun tún ṣe miracle money you know what I mean wọ́n lè ní kówó dé account yín lamẹ́ríkà tẹ̀wá yẹn or ní Canada tẹ̀wá yẹn or anywhere tẹ̀wá ó yàn débẹ̀ sínsìn like are these guys for real.
nílé irọ́.
Lórí irọ́.
Wọ́n dé.
Thank you so much.
Wọ́n Maiyegun ṣe jẹ́ ń fàyẹ́lẹ̀.
No, it's all right. I think you can notice, the picture and then that number, ma, she gets. Then, yeah,
okay.
I will do my best to be in touch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kenny, nice one, yeah. So that's a good one there. Where my caller, people barely actually share their names these days. They just call in and say Maiyegun, then we just start talking. Before you'll be like, this is Mike calling, and sometimes you'll be like, I stage some of them because you'll be like, how did you know who is calling? Because I know my regular callers, and when I see new ones, I just let people flow. Hello there.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Maiyegun.
Good evening to you. How are you?
I'm fine, Maiyegun. Maiyegun, I just want to appreciate you.
Thank you.
On the things you're doing for our people.
Thanks, man.
May God bless you. Keep it up, yeah?
Amen. And I will. Thank you.
Maiyegun, I keep questioning myself sometimes. Does it mean that all these people now shouting Obidient, Atiku, Tinubu, following them behind, does it mean they don't think that how does this thing going to work as a country, even if any of these three people win it?
Well, I wouldn't say they are not thinking. I think they are the visions. I can say visions now. Okay, visions are different, but they pretend that it is the same to fix Nigeria, but differently. Okay, when you put those who are following Tinubu or Atiku in any bracket, I mean, in any basket, right? You can find similarity in them. Okay, which is about whether they have been a product of the two for a long time or they are the admirers of the two for a long time. However, when you look at the Obidient, it's the conglomeration of those who believe they are the victims of the failure of the two. So you see, they all have visions, but the visions are different, but similar. The similar vision is that we will fix Nigeria so that the damages that these two have done, right, will be buried in the history of time. Now, all of these are yet to be seen. That is why some of those answers cannot be given directly and say, do they not? The right answer would be like, they do. Yeah. Everybody has created their reality. The Tinubu's, the articulators, the Obidient. In what I have studied, Obaba, they have created their reality and they believe in them. But guess what?
That is true.
That's not how we see them. Go on.
The three people contesting, they are all people with pre-colonial mentality and working for the colonial masters. And the people that is spearheading it is the another colonial masters.
Talking about colonial master, right? There's a picture that came to my head. It is a cartoon. Yeah, I'm going to share that, but continue, please. Continue talking.
The Fulanis are colonial masters on their own.
The new ones.
They have swallowed the Hausa people, swallowed some part of Yoruba. Sorry to
no, don't say sorry. Honest, no, it's just same way everywhere. It's called Nigeria Project. Okay, we all have them. We have those who are working with them from every tribe in Nigeria. They are the same. But go on.
They have finished dividing the Eastern region to swallow them.
Sure, you get.
Before Cobra swallow, before it swallow, they have dispatched them. Not to, they don't have the power now to fight. To fight them. So the next night is to start swallowing them one by one. And so that is why the colonial masters prefer them to head their affair, because they are on the same mission with different purpose. So far they want to gain Nigeria, let them gain Nigeria, but whatever be their share must be coming to them. And they are happy with
and they are getting their share. What do you expect?
And they are getting their share by advancing every day.
Anyway, you see, talking about master or no master, people are like, why are they always going to London for this validation thing or something? And I'm like, Baba, it be like say, you don't understand that they are to pay allegiance and seek the validation of the people that are still helping them to keep Nigeria together despite all these differences and even all these obvious incompatibility. Sure you get. But then this brings this picture to me, right? Where everybody had to go. Oh, colonial masters, we come seeking for your validation. That's what came to my mind, though, when you said colonial master earlier. Baba? If you look at your screen, you will see the image I'm talking about. If you check your screen right now, you will see the image when everybody came to Chatham House. But Only one person in Chatham House visit actually work for. Sure, you know.
People. They have the same mentality.
For validation.
None of them is different from each other. And these are the people, the youth are trusting them to come and save them. How? How can they think these people? But the only good thing is that they didn't know that the technology took them unaware, because they didn't know that all this exposure and the enlightenment would be at people's disposal so cheap. And even people depending to get their news from all this their mainstream media, TVC and something. Believe me, we never know that Tinubu is sick.
The way they are portraying him now. Yesterday, right?
Yes, you will never be all these things you're showing people. Nobody will know that Tinubu went there and he couldn't even talk.
They won't show that there. They will just show that the people, they will show the crowd. He's accepted. Everybody loved him. They won't show that they are destroying all of their posters after that. They won't show that they are shouting at Atiku name is at their party, at their rally. None of those will be shown because that won't fit into the narrative. You know that. Social media is unfiltered. Nobody they screen us here. We don't get it all.
Social media took them unaware. Social media took them unaware. That is only where they're having headache now. Otherwise, all this thing is just the people wouldn't have been complaining. P2B would be totally silent.
It is well. Thank you very much. Make I take another call, Baba. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah.
Keep it up. Yeah.
I will. My regards. Thank you so much. That's a caller there from I believe France. However, one of my callers mentioned, and I think that's Idris, talking about the derailed train. Yes, you know what happened there? Some people stole the track. They stole the track between Kogi and Itakwe in Warri in Delta State. The track delayed from there to Warri. Some people stole the track, vandals. And the train, and the Nigerian train, what is it called them? Nigeria Railway Corporation. They have no monitoring device or monitoring mechanism or what have you on their track. I think that's the train where they run on track. One can they run on ground. What do you think will happen? This is exactly what happened. It broke into four pieces. Four pieces. But thank God nobody died. That's what we heard.
See the factors are still there too. See the factors are still there too. See how God deliver us from these factors are still there this morning. From Ajekuta to Itakpe. See how the train cut into four parts. See it. See it. See it. God is faithful. The Almighty God save every soul. See.
Sir, I know you're in Kaduna, but we need protection here because we are in the protection. And we need if there's any way you can be rescued from here. We are inside the city. That person is going to people where even they say turn by turn
See it? Where the face of the train turn back and jump to the other side, to the other coach.
Make everybody gather for one place. We go big connection on what we do. Who they got here now? We not go to the got here.
So they were thanking God that saved the life of those in that train. So we will join them. Thank God, Duadi. Osita, you're there.
My soul. One
name. I am the one named the number. So you are one name as well. How are you? It's been a while.
And at the same time, you are now transfigured into Ikemba. because
that one huge, we would have to discuss it. Ikemba.
No, believe me, you are a ton of the flesh in this thing. Believe me, you are actually skinning them and smoking them alive. So,
no, I mean, all thanks to so many of you who actually have to be here every night to give me that moral boost that says, when I look at it and I'm like, oh, you know, I've got about 2-3 platforms where I'm streaming this, right? When I look at it and I see, 3,000 people from all platforms, well, that's good. I need to really, really be very sure of what I'm going to be saying. You motivate me some of the time, but you probably don't know. A lot of you watching. But yeah, thank you. If that sounds, I mean, if that has been like, impressive enough to say, well, you'll be an Ikemba, keep it up. So I will.
Yeah. My brother, I keep saying it, and that was what I was trying to say last time, but the line was really fun.
I know, it was really terrible, and I waited and waited that maybe you're going to try again, but it never happened. So let's use this particular one so that we don't miss it. Go on.
We saw exactly what happened today. Is it in Bauchi that they went?
Yes.
And I can vividly tell that these northerners, they feel that they are always smart. And believe me, they are proving it that they are smart. Nobody's going to tell me that we are a president, a country like Nigeria. A president will be coming to a place and you'll tell me the microphone. It's not working properly. That's to tell you it is just to make mockery of who or the person of Tinubu.
I mean, they said that the first thing they did to him is to convince him that there's nothing wrong in picking Muslim ticket. If he wants the North to trust him, he needs a Muslim ticket. And he went for it. Now they are running away from that Muslim ticket in northern Nigeria now. And they are now using Atiku as a balanced one that represents the interest of the North, at the same time the interest of the Muslim North, and at the same time the southern Nigeria Christians are also represented. So they are now using Atiku as a replacement after telling Tinubu to pick a Muslim as a running mate.
Yeah,
we go see now.
I can vividly convince you, if I had the opportunity that me and you will sit down, we'll analyze this and we'll talk about it. You say some things that respond. They are planning to rig in the favor of one person, and that is Atiku. Trust me. They've planned all these things.
So like maybe we are actually not even like focusing where we should. We are focusing elsewhere, and the real surprise will actually come from them. And guess what somebody said? They were like, the shocker may come from them that to the point that the rigging for Atiku will happen so bad, so well that people will just be like, you know what? It's even better than APC. People will just manage them like that. That they are cooking that on the ground.
I think what is going to do for us, what is going to happen for us is
Tell us.
When they do this thing, and everybody, the way it is right now, if you're looking at it from the legal point of view, that everything is okay, everything is normalized, everything is legal, there's no way Atiku is going to win this election. So at the end of the day, when he comes out to win the election, probably that is when people will come out on the street to demand for an answer to the question.
How did this happen?
Yes. So the question will be asking since we've been asking that question for the past, since 1960.
That's right.
So we will now ask the question, how did it happen? So the way it is, I've never seen a place in the world where a sitting president cannot come out openly to campaign.
To use his own achievement for his own party candidate in a presidential campaign. Baba joking now. It's been a joke all along.
It's a joke all along. So there's a lot of things, because what this Buhari administration is trying to do, they look at who can actually protect the evil they have done in that office. It has to rock. They are looking for it.
And whoever is willing to do that will get their pass.
Yes, and they've not found somebody who could do that job. And that is the reason I asked you, why would they retain the Inspector General of Police? Why was he not retiring all the people who are in his service cabinet? I mean, in his the service chief. He is not doing that because all of them are involved and they need someone who can protect them. And that is I keep telling people. When in 1980, in the 80s, early 80s, before Shagari second
term in 83.
Yes.
The election, I think the election was 83 now. Was it not 83? A year before I was born.
Yes, 83, 82, 83.
82, 83 campaign. Okay, go on.
Yes.
Then 84, by December 84, 1st of January 1985, Boko Haram and gang started their coup from December 31st, 1984.
But prior to that, we saw that the military, as at that time, headed by these Ragamuvians as well, they started shouting that the politicians are corrupt, the politicians are corrupt, the politicians are corrupt. That is the same thing we are seeing right now, whereby they are no longer telling us that millions are missing, billions are missing. This is the first time in the history of Nigeria that they are talking about trillions are missing. Now, what they will do, they will come back. When the military strikes, and the Western world is shouting the way they shout, toothless bulldog, they don't help us. Let's be frank and candid.
They will see us go up in smoke anyway, and they will sell the weapons to us and tell us they are helping.
Yeah,
giving weapons to kill. Go on.
Yeah. And people like Femi Falana will now come out and start shouting, oh, they've killed democracy again, and they will just tell them that, oh, the military will say, oh, they said they killed democracy. But look at this, they all wrote it. They are all criminals. They are all criminals. So
no, they will say that. They will say they didn't kill democracy. Politicians, right? They killed they destroyed democracy. But before they killed Nigeria, they came to rescue Nigeria. That's why they send all of them away. Is that not their line? Their usual line? They are coming to defend the integrity of Nigeria. Is that not what they usually say?
That is what they are going to tell us. At the end of the day, we'll just find out that
another madman is now in charge, and he will promise you election in a year.
The first thing we will hear is that Nigerian gone on TV. Right, the fellow Nigerians, and that is the way everybody will look at it.
Osita, there's something that people believe now, and we are yet to see that. We are yet to see the proof. Okay, there's something that people believe that if military should come to this divided Nigeria today, it better not be a Fulani man, because it's never going to be business as usual anymore. Don't you think so?
No, that is the reason I'm telling you. I am praying to God that is what is going to happen.
Now, whenever they are plotting or planning, when they plan any coup in Nigeria after Boko Haram, it better not be an Hausa man, a Northerner, or a Fulani man. Because people like us will let people know that, this is it now. This is the time. There's no going back anymore. Trust me. We will feed on that.
Yeah, because people will have the legal right to come out on the street and demand for the destruction of the evil that has been planted in Nigeria by Abubakar. That's 1999 Constitution. I pray that it goes this way, because there's always the way they think, and they think they are perfect. But everything is now shooting on their legs. They are shooting themselves.
And it's happening so fast as well.
So fast. If they tell them it will get to this point, they will not believe it. No. I am telling somebody, no matter how they see it, the nation Nigeria is in the route of being dismantled. If it is not dismantled, then a full-fledged conversation that will make everybody to be involved. Even that woman that sells apple on the street is going to be involved.
Yes.
that is until that time we would know
it
where
is
we are
called the
going.
Great Reset, Osita. Great Reset in history happened when when a generation are now sort of so done and fed up with the system that they have been subjugated to, right? That Great Reset will happen that everything will have to start from all over. And that's exactly what Nigeria will get to at some point. People need to decide if they want to be part of this Nigeria or not. Not some group of people deciding for us. That has never brought any peace. It will never bring any peace. Peace is not just word. It is an act. You put action into it, and the people you want to give peace to, they must be involved in it, and they must want it. That's my own view about Nigeria. If none of this happens, right?
It's not only that it's an act. It's a seed that is planted.
Yes.
When you plant that seed, it will germinate, and it will produce that result. But if you don't plant that seed of that particular discourse, I'm telling you,
just
it's not going to happen.
Exactly. Kicking the can down the road. Osita, managing our time, yeah? Let me take another call.
Thank you very much.
It's been such a pleasure hearing from you. Yeah. You have a good one. So I have another person on the line. A quick one. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun. Hello, Maiyegun. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
Larry. How are you?
Kí ló happen? Ọ̀gá kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
Bàbá Ìgbà ló tún di disciple kiri sá. Martin Luther King kọ́ ni mò ń wò yìí ni. You must have dream, oh bàbá. Kí ni dream yín?
Èmi ọmọ Malcolm X ló wá ń sọ. I have a dream pé gbogbo ẹ̀ o mọ̀ òyìnbó pọ̀tọ̀pọ̀tọ̀ ìṣìnà àwọn títì báwo la ṣe máa ṣe o.
It's up to us so. Ẹ̀sẹ̀ tó bọ̀ bọ̀ ṣe o. Lẹ́rìí.
Pọ̀tọ̀pọ̀tọ̀ ń bẹ lójú títì wa o. Ọmọ lọ́wọ́ yìí jẹ́ ọkọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ báyìí náà. Anyways, good job. Keep it up. And Idris, sorry to hear of your sister's demise. Má bínú gẹ́gẹ́ bí gbogbo èèyàn ṣe ń gbàdúrà. Gbogbo tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ajẹmágbá. Àmì bẹ́ẹ̀ ni lágbára Elédùmarè bọ́yẹ̀ máa ń sọ Ọlọ́run á tù yín nínú. Bọ̀dé nǹkan tèmi wá fẹ́ sọ nísìnyí pé Idris ó dà kó Atiku òyìnbó ẹ̀ ń pọ̀ jù. Ìgbà wo ló máa tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń bínú? Nítorí pé n tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí ń sìn ó fa pé kéèyàn bínú. Kò ṣe pé ká sòyìnbó ọmọ tábàyẹ́pá fẹ́ sòyìnbó a máa sọ o. Kò yẹ pé bí àmọ́ ń bú ẹ ò pàdé mi àbúrò mi. But lọ́wọ́ yìí èmi ò bú pé tó bá ti di gbàs ìwọ náà máa gbé wàá lọ kàn só wọ́n 6x6. Wàá máa gbé kiri. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o, torí ó jẹ́ kó mọ bóyá ń lọ Nàìjíríà àwọn wèrè yìí ló jẹ́ kí ẹ̀kú ẹ kú o. Má lọ́ máa wà soft yìí o. Tó bá ti di gbàs tí ó wá ṣe no home in the city kò sílé gbòòrò mọ́ ọmọ yá síta o. Lọ́wọ́ yìí ẹ má máa lọ máa wò pé àlàárì kìnnì kan lórúkọ Jésù ọmọ Jésù ti fi sílẹ̀ tipẹ́ o. Tó ṣàgbọ́ tí bọ̀bọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ sọ ìwọ má dira o. Ikú pa ẹ̀ náà.
Ìwọ máa dira ikú pa ẹ̀ nìyẹn o. Pásítọ̀ fún ẹ ní.
Ikú pa ẹ̀ nìyẹn.
Pásítọ̀ fún ẹ náà anointing lọ́ọ̀dà àti handkerchief. Òun lọ ọlọ́pàá ń lọ everything. Ìwọ máa dira o.
Pásítọ̀ ó kó ọlọ́pàá ó ń ṣọ́ pásítọ̀ àwọn àmọ̀jọ sticker ló ń ṣọ́ wa. Àṣé kò rí pé orí wa ti burú. Ìwọ máa dira o. Ìpápá ẹ̀dá orin jẹ́ kí wọ́n báìbù tó ń jẹ. Kò jẹ́ gbèsè àgbẹ̀tọ̀ àbí kò gbẹ́rì tí kò gbé tí abẹ́ jókòó tẹ̀ rà. Gbẹ́rì tí bá yọ píù àwòyí àárín. Mo mọ̀ ní pé wà nínú báìbù pé ìgbà tó fẹ́ mú Jésù kọjá ní àárín òun ògèrí Jésù. Kí ni Jésù lò? Àfẹ́ rí ló lò. Ìwọ máa dira ayé bàjẹ́. Pásítọ̀ ó kó ọlọ́pàá ó ń ṣọ́.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni lọ́wọ́ ìyẹ́rìtì tí gbogbo kan máa ti propose Idris lọ gbé 6x6 kó kàn tó mọ́ o. Má ṣàánú everybody o, èyí tó bá máa láǹdì lórí ojú ẹ̀ kó lẹ́ẹ̀ lójú ẹ̀ o. Lọ́wọ́ yìí ó ṣe máa di gbígbà sọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo kọ́tẹ́ sọ yẹn òyìnbó yẹn kò bẹ́ẹ̀ mi lára mú o. Lọ́lọ́ mo ti àkọ́kọ́ rí ẹ náà orí ẹ wà ń bẹ̀ látọjọ́ kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ọmọ ìyá mi kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀. Mo rí lòlò mo tẹ ọkọ sàlùkì ẹ̀ náà. Christian mo rí wọn náà.
Larry is on the phone and connecting with his people in the comment section on YouTube.
Yeah, lọ́wọ́ yìí 2023 is a year of peace bros peace battle. Ó wá mú mi rántí orin tí bọ̀bọ̀ kan máa ń kọ́ ń gbà ẹ̀ tá a bá kọ our father who art in heaven. Ọmọ bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn máa ń sọ our father ṣíṣà ò ní pẹ́ kú. Ṣíṣà yẹn máa ń nà bí wèrè. Pé èmi ò ní pẹ́ kú àbólóyè kúkú jẹ. Ṣíṣà yẹn máa ń nà bí ẹni máa bẹ̀ kú ni pé bàbá bẹ́ẹ̀ ló máa tó kú. Lọ́wọ́ yìí our father Nàìjíríà ò ní pẹ́ kú. Òun ni ká máa kọ báyìí o. Òun ni ká máa kọ báyìí o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, and one last one tí mo fẹ́ sọ òun ni pé ẹ jẹ́ ká pariwo Mazi Nnamdi Kanu àwọn bíbí fẹ́ pa o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká pariwo mo ti sọ nígbà yẹn o wọ́n lẹ́nu mi ń rùn mo sọ fún wọn wípé ẹ jẹ́ ká pariwo ọjọ́ yẹn ni ọjọ́ yẹn mo kọ̀ jí ní spirit mi jẹ́ sọ fún mi pé kí n lọ wo program kan mo ṣàṣọ fún ẹ bó ṣe pa Abiola. Bit by bit mo jẹ padà wá sórí program lọ́jọ́ yẹn mo mọ̀ pé Maiyegun máa rántí tí wọ́n ní kọ́ lọ wò ó tí wọ́n ṣe fún Abiola ní pé they were doing everything and they didn't feel any remorse. Òun ni wọ́n ṣe fún Mazi kan lọ́wọ́ báyìí o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká pariwo kábẹ̀ sí àtàdé o kọ́ má pa ilé ẹlẹ́ni o. Òun lè má jọmọ Yorùbá but I love it. I love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let nothing happen to that wonderful man. He's fighting for his people.
And he's done nothing wrong. He's committed no crime.
He's done nothing wrong.
It's not even just us saying it.
No crime.
Larry, this is not just us saying it. Their court said nobody can try Nnamdi Kanu in any court in Nigeria until they return him back to Kenya. So your court said that. Why are you keeping him? Why do they want to kill him?
It's because they have their own agenda. They know what they're doing. And they feel like they're going to take him like they've been taking everybody, and this is going to be the one that they're going to
not going to be a pushover.
They're not going to even do it. We're not going to allow them to do the shit. For real.
They are never going to get away with it.
We're not going to allow them.
Left, and if
this time around,
bye. It's loose.
That's the best thing.
There is nothing wrong in saying we have lost. You get there's nothing wrong in saying no. We've lost. Every plan on him didn't work. Every permutation didn't work. 8 years of hunting Nnamdi Kanu, they failed. Can they just say, well, we failed, so let him go? They've got a few months.
Yeah.
Let him go and take care of his health.
2023 is a year of peace goals, peace back. Peace back. This is my back. 6 by 6. Consumer. Ọmọ ẹ tó máa ń láǹtì lórí ẹ̀ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ kiri o. I don't want peace. Òun ni kò máa sọ kiri o. Kò máa lọ ṣe máa ṣe kiri o. I want war ni o. Lọ́wọ́ yìí. Àwọn ọmọ sign out jàre ẹyin tèmi mo sign out.
Good one, Baba. Nice one, eh? So that's a Larry or Larry. But there's another call on the line. Hello there.
My general.
Alagba. Taiwo, sir. How are you? Well, and we are surviving now.
General, I don't want to be analyzing what I can call the abysmal low that we have found ourselves in Nigeria.
We are all
people will say Nigeria.
Go on.
People will say Nigerian problem is religion. And Nigerian problem is at the pastors. Nigerian problem are the politicians. I want to tell the whole world today, it's not true. Nigerian problem is education. The comedy we played yesterday, Tony, the APC member said they will show the Obi. I posted it on an academic platform.
That they will punish. They will teach him a lesson next month.
A professor countered me, said, "Taiwo, you have come again. You hate Tinubu." I didn't even mention Tinubu. I now asked him, "Where is my hatred?" I posted. Let me tell you the truth. Another thing, I want to tell you, see, when you get to think they are professor, they are academic, they are learned, I'm telling you, our problem in Nigeria is education. We have a lot of informed school. I want you to law school. And you see from this rally, you will see from this campaign, I keep asking myself, iṣẹ́ ọpọlọ àwọn ará bíi ṣé kò sí ọpọlọ ṣé kò sí nínú agbárí mọ́ ni.
Ó ti gbẹ ní sá.
Even if I'm hungry, I will be thinking of the future. I'll be thinking of how do I get out of this problem. Now, all these things they are doing, running after Atiku, and I want to tell you another thing. Even the woman, Tinubu ti any health. The revelation of the whistleblower, Atiku Badun. Somebody that we have the clip now.
Sir, Atiku health-wise, he no dey okay too. Focus is just more on Tinubu because that his own is obvious. He's shaking, he's forgetful, and then all of that, right? Atiku said no well. Continue, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Now, people you are calling obedient. I'm still saying it. They not like my word, though. They are not informed. They don't have sense. They may not like, but I can speak to them. With the way they have spoiled Nigeria now, what will Obi do? What will Obi do? Even the Obi himself, Abga, when he became governor of Abga, he cannot build a sustainable system. You left Abga to PDP, and when he's even talking, you'll be mentioning figure. Say, what is all this? I just this man is just rolling out figure for people who are deeply uninformed. Maiyegun, let me leave up people.
Thank you very much, Mr. Taiwo. Let me take another one. Is that you, or you want to add something else?
Yes, Maiyegun. I want us to face our own solution.
Right.
Where we are. I want to tell you, Sherry. Then first of all, say it in Yoruba. Because if Nigeria Nigeria more. There is no angle. Whether you go Obi side, whether you go Atiku side, whether the election holds or election does not, whether this election holds or not, Nigeria is no more because we never have a country, and there was a country called Nigeria.
There was a country. Mr. Taiwo.
And now the final thing is this education is true, and on the temple of truth. Let me tell us today, it's true we are going to give food, we are going to give book. Our real work is education.
That's right.
Our real work. And it's not that law school by degree. For somebody to have senses, and your senses is interpreting your situation correctly.
That's right.
Because people are getting into deeper abyss, and they are not reasoning how to get out. They are moving on. What you are doing cannot get you out of the habits. You can't get out of the pit. I want to law school, whether postgraduate, whether undergraduate. I want to in the public sector. I want to in the private sector. I want to get vice chancellor. I want to get private sector. And you even see it in this our struggle. Our agitation, our media, our agbalagbawa. You can't see, people are not directing things toward building a nation. That is why, finally, we in Temple of Truth, we in Yoruba Union, let us re-educate ourselves and let us know that our strongest arsenal to get out of this mess is education. And there is something I see on our platform. We are talking of camera, everything. I'm not saying people bringing forth what will be the content of our education to liberate our people.
That's right.
But because we must have content, we must say the same thing. Whether you are talking in Europe or you are talking in Oyo, you are talking in Odogolu, please, my people, let us begin to bring ideas. Let's develop the content of the education we will give our people and liberate their mind. Education I'm talking about is not getting degree. It's not getting degree. It's not, I know how to read and write. Ability to bring your 5 C's and interpret your environment correctly for your life to improve. General, I salute you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Taiwo, for stopping by. I am going to go to another caller before we call it a night. My time is almost done, but here, hello.
Hello, Baba General.
Yes, sir.
Baba the Gio. God bless you for the good work.
Let's say Gio ní gbèjègbèjọ, Gio náà ń jẹ́ ní gbèjègbèjọ 7th and 8th.
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
God will bless you and your family.
Amen, and yours too.
And I want to contribute this. I don't know whether you are doing it before.
Okay. But this tonight's program.
Yes, sir.
We have some callers and what they really mentioned. If you can sit down,
yes, sir,
and do review on them, you will do permutation and combination. You will subtract and add.
No.
Multiply,
like a shovel,
division,
reshovel back and forth, and then
that is eating vital information. That if you add, subtract, times, multiply, do some research to it, we can get a vital information from all the calls. Yes. And we can forecast what will happen.
I mean, it's so
we
easy.
Can also forecast with all those calls.
Putting the pieces together. When you put this one, that one, from this one, that, you can easily, at least, even if you're not going to be 100% accurate, you can be very close. I agree.
Yes. And this is my own contribution.
Yes, sir.
Whether Obi, whether Akolu, whether Atiku, whether anybody. I don't care about any of them. I don't have interest in their politics. But this is what I want to say concerning Obi and his group.
Please.
In case, for the purpose of diary.
Yes, sir.
Obi, in his interview, he mentioned something, and a lot of us, we don't take note of how these politicians use their word. We just follow them, let me say, blindly, because we want change.
I know.
When Obi, in the town hall meeting that they have with you on channel, he talk about all these agitators that he will dialogue with them. When he said he will dialogue with them, he now mentioned a word. But all of us, we don't take note of the word. He said he will dialogue with them, but if they don't comply, then he will bring Cain out.
That's true. He said carrot and stick.
You can rewatch the program.
Maybe I followed it. It's on this platform as well. He said carrot and stick, which means that we negotiate with them, but if they don't, want to be negotiated with, he said, well, then we'll deal with them. He said it. And I said it repeatedly as well.
That is the intention.
Yeah.
The first word is not what he means.
It is the second
The
word.
last word, that is the answer. That is what he wants to do.
Do you remember on this platform, I told people, I said, it's only those who are not smart, that will be deceived by the good talk of the politicians, simply because whether they are Christian or they are from your tribe or they are from here or there. I said, Nigeria is a project that is beyond all these clowns that are posting posters that they want to be president or they want to be this or that, right? There is something deeper that makes the real Nigeria that is not working, right, to continue, never to work. That Obi as a president in Nigeria, right? After the election, after he becomes the president, he has a singular job, and that singular job to prove that he's still the president is to make sure that anybody that says they should break up Nigeria must receive the same treatment, which is bullets and gun. That a lot of people will be shocked. A lot of people will be shocked that because it is Nigeria, and the interest of Nigeria, the owners of Nigeria, you will be surprised that under the same Obi, they will mobilize the military and go after anybody asking for self-determination. Don't be surprised.
Exactly, sir.
It is Nigeria. I've told people here. That's why I said I don't want to have any stake
and
in
a
what
lot of
doing.
people don't take note of the word.
Well, I did say it.
The word used. That is on Obi. Let me leave Obi alone. Let me come to Agbado.
Right.
Agbado, my friend.
We call them the Agbadomites. One like a ben, any other name would be abuse in Sheget. If you call them Lagos Abobakus, crump eaters or crump eaters, ass lickers. But go on, sir.
So Agbado.
The Agbadomites.
Agbado and OBJ. If Agbado become the president, OBJ know that Agbado is coming to deal with him.
Oh yeah?
That is the reason he's not supporting Agbado, not because of any other thing. You know that the spirit that him have, the spirit of unforgiveness, Agbado also have the same spirit. Agbado know they forgive people. Agbado know they forgive.
So Agbado like Obasanjo as well, which is Obankaro. One is snake memory. Yeah, they have snake memory, which is long.
Yes.
They don't forget or forgive.
They don't forget, don't forgive. So OBJ know that if this man becomes the president, is coming to deal with him, he can collect all this Obasanjo farm and all that things like that.
And,
he can collect it from him
for himself, right?
Yes.
I won't be surprised anyway.
Yes, that is what happened with Agbado. And Mr. Atiku, the game Mr. Atiku wants to do, like one of our callers said, is the only option that this present government have now to cover up their dirtiness. Yes, that's just it. So that's the reason I say if you can review, listen to all the calls, and put them together, you will arrive at something.
Of course. And thank you very much for pointing that out. Because even your own conversation as well will be reviewed because there's so many sort of valuable hidden information in them. You didn't say much. You didn't say everything. But guess what? We heard you loud and clear, including what you didn't say.
Thank you.
You should have a good one, sir. Good night. So I am going to take my last call. And this is my last caller, okay? But before my caller speak, hang on there, please, for 1 second, though. Can you, everyone who is still here with us, can you please take a moment and like this broadcast? I mean, I have to be reminding you, we were over 2,000 of us on YouTube, right? Over 400 of us on Facebook and other places as well. But guess what? It is like a battle of social distancing. You are social distancing from that your screen and your remote control. Come on, you could do better. So my last caller, ladies and gentlemen, hello there.
Yeah, hello, Maiyegun. How are you doing?
I am very well.
Fidelis
How are you?
Canada. Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks very much. In fact, being the last caller, I need to thank you very much for granting me that
your patience as well. But yeah, make it count.
Very brief.
I mean, you have to say anything after you speak, and you just say good night, everybody. So go on, sir.
Yeah. So two things.
Yes, sir.
Two things. Like you keep, we are all looking at. I mean, we watch your presentations, and you shouldn't be begging people to like the program. You know. So this is exactly what we're talking about. You know, the reason why I'm even calling now is because I want to counter what Mr. Taiwo said about those Nigerians who are not educated and all. I think, with all due respect, it's really misinformed. You understand? If you travel around the world, you would see how Nigerians are performing, except it's not traveling. Yes, if you travel around the world, you see how Nigerians, in the whole of Africa, Nigerians are known to be well educated and well tutored. Forget about the fact that, forget the fact that we have we have other problems that have to do with corruptions and all that. But when it comes to academic excellence and performance and presentations and innovations,
and the records are there too. Yeah, I agree with you. The records are there. In the entire United States of America, Nigerians are the most educated immigrants in America. It's on record.
Yeah,
it's there.
There are many of them as lecturers. There are many of them as lecturers, professors who have read and all that. You know, so let's not use the state of Nigeria.
The education Mr. Taiwo was talking about is not the normal education. You know, he kept saying not the degree education, right? He was talking about the education that is sort of subconsciousness, that the awareness, self-awareness of the people who are educated. But when it comes to the politics and policies, right? When they don't have enough education when it comes to how important the people ruling them. Yeah, I think that's what he was saying. It wasn't like general education, okay? But I get where you're coming from. Go on.
Yes. Yes, let me take it on that. So,
Right.
but you know what you should understand, even when we were in school, you understand, we have people who are in the engineering department, we have people who are in political science, we have people who are in other departments. Those who are in political science, we want to believe that they are the drivers. They are supposed to be involved in politics.
I was the best
and all
political student, I was the best government student in my secondary school all through. I was the best. I would say that anywhere, right? Odogbolu Grammar School. And then, I was a very good political science student as well.
Yeah.
So, I think.
So one thing that I want people to know, because we don't have enough time, one thing that I want people to know is that we have to be diplomatic, you know? You cannot just say that let us storm the streets and then let everybody, and that is what the obedient people are doing. You understand? They have to. If a house needs to be renovated, you have to start from the foundation. If you want Peter Obi now to begin to exhibit and not to make it an inclusive government, it now becomes a problem to even get Yoruba nation later on in future. So we should tend to tolerate that. Peter Obi is being very diplomatic because that's exactly what counts.
See,
you have to bring everybody to
hug. Can I give you a sort of a hug from here? Something, I don't know if you're going to feel it. You know what you just said, right? Tolerance.
Yeah.
That, I said it too. I said, I may not kind of believe, and I gave my reasons. I may not believe in their political system, their election and all that. I've given my reasons several times, right? But just like everyone else, right? When people are doing something, even if you think they are not doing what you want them to do, but they are doing something, the ideal thing to do is to tolerate them and see if they are actually going to be the ones to unlock that chain.
Yeah.
We are all looking for who's going to unlock this unleash us. But they are doing something like the IPOB was doing, like the Yoruba Nation were doing. But if we can tolerate everybody's way of responding and their reaction to this rigged system, it will go a long way. That's why I want to give you a hug. I want to give you a hug right there. Go on, Baba.
Thanks for the hug. As a matter of fact, 5 years ago, Nigerians are not as enlightened as they are now as regards to politics. We have always felt that people who are running politics will run it. Let those who are in the engineering department run their own. Those who are in civil building. Yes, but if we are finding out that one part of your hand is becoming cancerous and you need to deal with that cancer, that is what is making Nigerians start to become involved with politics. Yes, so what I want to beg all Nigerians to understand, both those in diaspora and all that, is that we should rally around Peter Obi. The reason why we're rallying around Peter Obi now is because Tinubu, for instance, is very fragile. And we know exactly the plan of what is coming. Everybody knows what the plan is, that he can't even last 1 year, he'll be kicked out, and then this same cabal continues to rule. So let us calm down and rally around Peter Obi, just for good conscience. If somebody has been riding your investment for 8 years and has not been able to deliver, are you going to allow the person to still ride for another 4 years or 8 years again? It's just common sense. Common sense. You don't really need to even to be educated, because I have people who are trading business and they know 1 + 1 is 2. You understand? Right. So what I'm begging on Nigerians, rather than us throwing, towels here and there and condemning or coming up with suggestions of let us hit the streets. No, it's not good. We got to be diplomatic. Even if you're going to settle this in the world court, they would ask you that what diplomacy did you put in place? The guy is facing. Other time, his vice was almost shedding tears because of the heat that he's getting. If you and I have that money, then we should be doing what Peter Obi is doing. We shouldn't be talking about Nnamdi Kanu that is still in there, that nobody is talking about him. So I would wonder if people are spending their money, do they think that all this rally that is going on with the Labour Party, people are not pumping money behind? You see, people will just wake up from.
Of course, nobody will believe that they are not.
People are pumping money behind. Let's not discourage them. Let us hold hands and say, listen, we are tired of these miscreants. We want to take up our country and want to do it diplomacy. If at the long run we find out that there is a kind of garble play, then the world will now step in. They'll say, no, we've been watching and we kept quiet and we can see exactly what is going on. So with all due respect to everyone, please, let's not... Let's just keep up the burning spirit, and then know that Nigerians are well educated. Nigerians are the best in the world. If you travel to any world, Maiyegun, if you go to clubs, Nigerians are well respected. Apart from even that club, if you go to office place, there is no place you go that if you call yourself a Nigerian, you don't get intimidated. We are the most educated, we are the most traveled, we are the most innovative, even in Africa. So, with all due respect,
and
even though we have a
you
problem
find
with
us almost at every important field of human endeavor
yeah,
in this world. I agree
so
with you.
Let Peter
but you know what
Obi,
they told me to ask
I want to submit.
Sorry, finish that. Then I'll say what I want to say. Go on.
Yeah. So what I want us to do is that let us give Peter Obi an opportunity to lay the foundation. Then we can now decide whether we want to run a confederation like the way US is doing, so that every state now have autonomy of what resources and whatever is accrued to them. You understand?
Yeah.
Very soon, crude oil will be gone. I hope we know.
Well,
so
it's almost gone anyway. The value and all that.
It's gone. In Canada, we're talking of more of running on solar energies and the rest of them, and nobody's really talking about
climate change and stuff like that. No. I get.
Be very careful. Yes, so let us be very careful.
Right? You know something? My friend here, even though I believe yourself have been possibly a regular. I don't know if you are a regular on Maiyegun's Diary Political before now. One thing is that myself, I so much love the idea of inclusion, the idea of, of tolerance, okay? Which simply means that I, as a person, as the GO of this temple, I can tell you that I have more than 5 or 6 different groups of Nigerians who have chosen different pathway. How am I enduring and then managing everybody? By just sharing the right information that affects everybody. So what you just did is making my friends to say, no, that caller is an obedient. Would they be wrong if they say that? Are you?
Yes, see, listen, come. When you say that caller is an obedient,
don't be that Nigerian, okay? I was expecting a yes or no answer so that I can just give you a thumb up and say, well, maybe they were right or wrong.
I voted for Tinubu. I voted for Tinubu, and I found that Tinubu could not deliver. Are you expecting me to remain in that? I would not remain. It's common sense.
And then Atiku is not an option. And if you have to have a say, it will be Obi.
Atiku has criminal records. He has a lot of issues. You know, everything is spelled out. I just want to follow a right-thinking man sense. And that is sticking to a person who has credibility. Yeah, who has credibility. I know that Peter Obi, listen, finally, I know Peter Obi cannot resolve a problem that we found ourselves that has taken more than 16 years or so. I know Peter Obi can't do it. And he's not coming to say he's a demigod. No, what he's saying is that we have trailed this path for 8 years. And we can't come, we're not seeing any good effects. What is the foreign exchange now? You know, so it's just common sense that, okay, let's try this on that side and see what comes out of it. Yes, it's just common sense. It's not really about partisanship or whether I belong to that party or not.
I agree with you, Baba. I do. Yeah. But I mean, thank you very much.
When Peter Obi has now taken that mantle and probably released Nnamdi Kanu and then call every other person to table, like he's saying, he will call everybody to table and let's discuss. If he finds out that some group of people are not just active, then he will call for confederation. Then the world, United States, America, and the rest country will say, okay, this is diplomacy and this is democracy and this is what these people are calling for. Now a president in Turkey. So that's just the way I think it's coming about.
See, it's fair enough, okay? I love the fact that on this platform, right, we understand how important it is to respect other people's views and all of that. And you did so well in that aspect, I have to say, right? And you have also kind of given us a different vista, sort of a different perspective. There are some people who are, maybe not everybody, but some people are going to really be appreciative of your contribution tonight. And I keep saying it, right? If people who are supporting Atiku, supporting Tinubu, if they are so bold enough to defend and speak for them like this in public, the number is open, it's public. You get what I mean? And instead of thinking that we are always like, come in here and say if you are proud of them, if you have something that we are missing, come on, pick up the phone and call in. Now, you as an obedient, or should I say, somebody who actually have a soft spot for them. You didn't answer me.
No, I'm obedient. I'm obedient.
Oh, are you?
Yes,
see how you made it so hard for me. Now, you as an obedient, you have proven your case by, speaking about your candidate and what you believe is your own best bet. If you have to take a shot at fixing Nigeria, so I respect that. I do. Okay. And I hope you stay around as well to continue to.
Thank
same
you.
to everybody
and thank
else.
You. And thank you for your good work.
I mean,
thank you for your good work.
Thank you.
We're watching you here from Canada. Yeah.
You have a good one, sir. Okay. I'll let you go. Okay. And we can call it a night.
Right.
Same goes to everybody as well on this platform. I appreciate everybody. Okay. I may not agree with a lot of people. I have my own way. A lot of you may not agree with what I want or what I believe in. But you know something, right? There's something you will never be able to deny. All of us arrive at this junction right now, whether you want to build, whether you want Yoruba nation or you want a Biafra, or whatever you want that brought you to Maiyegun's Diary political temple, right? There's only one source that created and caused that. The rigged establishment in Nigeria. As long as it exists, the camp, the old camp of those who don't want to have anything to do with Nigeria will continue to grow. Look at the Obidient. They said they want to take a last shot. That's something that those, betters, when they say, I'm going to take the last bet, and Obi will be the last bet with checking to see if we can save Nigeria. Listen, we don't have much more or much long left for anybody to prove whatever they say they want to do, whether na Kolu, whether na Atiku, whether na Obio, whether you want them to have election, whether you don't want them to have election, whether you have a voter's card or you're participating or not, it doesn't really matter anymore. In another 5-6 weeks, this whole thing will be over. And it will be like a chapter of, I don't know, but it's something that you can actually look forward to. It's not going to be forever. It's going to be over before you know it. And at the same time, we can then be able to check what everybody said before that time. Don't forget, that's why you have the diary. Maiyegun's Diary Politico, that keeps the record of what they are saying and not saying every day until that day. I'm going to let you go. Just the same way I'm actually going to be living right now. Thank you so much. As much as I said, your time is so long gone. It's actually midnight in Nigeria right now, past 11 here in the UK. Please, I don't know your time in America. I believe that it's also something so close to evening. I'll let you go. But don't leave. If you haven't done that, please do. Don't leave without liking this broadcast. Just like it. Subscribe onto my channel, and you will never miss anything. It's always like this. Ask people. Good night from here.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràjì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràjì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràjì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràjì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràjì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràjì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràjì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràjì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràjì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràjì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràjì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràjì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràjì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràjì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.